and welcome to episode 80 of Awakening. We are at the edge of the world once again. Welcome. At the end of last session, we arrived here. It is nighttime. You traveled through the day, and I guess you're settling down one last time before finally arriving at the more alive part of this side of the world, or just a more weird part of this side of the world. Is there anything that you have to discuss?
So we're starting right when we're sleeping, or right when we're waking up at the end of the world.
Oh no, you arrived, you found a nice spot for your magical hut, and have now time to discuss what to do from here.
Okay, I gotcha.
This is in the grassy area.
Nope, you are still in the desert lands. You saw like the mountains and the change in scenery in the distance, but you didn't quite make it there.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's still a while off. Okay. Understood.
I think is there anything specific we need to discuss, or are we just doing like our general plans we've talked about over the week?
Maybe square up
Oh
what
my! Sorry.
spells we needed.
Oh, sorry, what'd you say?
Go on.
Sorry. What?
Like maybe we set out what spells we needed for tomorrow. I'm assuming we're still a good few miles off. So do we want to walk tomorrow if we survive tonight? Assuming we don't get ambushed, do we want to walk or do we still want to summon horses for tomorrow?
Very good question, because I guess how strapped for how many spell slots do you need? But it was more for your stuff.
I don't know. Depends. I think since we're
'Cause-
going near mountains, I'd like to keep some spells for like flies and feather falls and stuff just in case.
I think we can just walk there then.
But I do have. I mean, wait. Uh, it's for context. Here's my current spell list. I guess without the secure shelter.
Oh, so if you already have Phantom Seed memorized, it's not like too bad then. Or is it what you currently have memorized, or just what you
I actually
just your
probably don't have Phantom Seed. I would probably use that less. So I probably no Phantom Seed, no secure shelter.
Okay, then I think we can just walk there then, because if I remember correctly, we couldn't Phantom Seed that far into it anyway, so it's kind of like pointless.
How far was it?
Basically, I think it's a few miles out.
Yeah, if we can see it. Do all of us have still stone skins on us?
You all still have stone skin.
we
Also,
released
Oliver, I think you should be at full health. If you really were just 2 points down, you would have recovered them. With
Okay,
the
I
aid of
wanted to-
Osmo over the last 2 days, anyways. So.
Okay, I wanted to make sure because I didn't want to cheat myself. I don't want to cheat and give myself 2 more HP.
Yeah, you all have stone skin.
That would do. Okay, I think then we can just.
Wait, I haven't recast Stone Skin on anyone after the fire incident, right?
You did recast stone skin on Ruven and Oliver.
Oh, okay. Then I will. Oh, I wonder if those are the. Has it been one day or?
This
think
is
it's been like
the
2 days.
third day after the incident.
Okay, then I will use one of my currently known Stone Skins to re-Stone Skin myself.
I would say going into the future, I think we definitely want haste ready because we might be in a life or death fight at any moment here. And then just spells. I guess we're exploring with the spells on the magic ring, so we just need some spell slots to put into it.
Yeah, so at least I think we said we wanted to use clairvoyance, and if possible, I think prying eyes. I think we already have prying eyes prepared right now, so we can at least do 1 day when we get to the mountains of just using prying eyes normally, and then we can, if we want to, if we get like good information, to refill it the next day. I guess it's a little biased to see if we get good information and refill it. So I guess we just decide if we want to refill it the next day or not. With like if someone wants to use spells to do that. Because the problem
I'm
is there any
assuming
good fitable spells that we can use? Actually, like aside from just using it for prying eyes.
Right?
Are there any good fifth level spells we can use? We can use aside from just using for prying eyes, like you would actually use in like in this adventure.
Uh, there's a non-zero chance pass wall might help. If there's a fight that we can prepare for, improved blink would be nice. Uh, and I think that's it. Or Cloud Killer, Wall of Iron. I don't know if those are useful. Wall of Iron might be really good.
so. I would think for now we can just. I don't think we have any big requirements for spells.
Mm-hmm.
Just if we do encounter something that we can prepare for, then we can figure out a strategy. But
Agreed.
for now, we can just whatever you Uzma needs and wants as
I agree.
standard combat readiness.
Okie dokie.
Oh, you might want to re-armor yourself since you took a bunch of damage
Yeah,
last time.
that's what I just thought. Yeah, I need to do it tomorrow morning.
I remember that. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good then. I think we just I think we're just gonna be exploring with like. I guess you probably want a decent amount of third level spell slots just for clairvoyance if we're gonna spam that when we get to the mountain.
Yeah, we can instead of flying, we can clairvoyance.
It just depends because I think like I don't know how we want to. It depends on how we want to do this. We want to fly around first or clairvoyance first, or both. We can do both, I guess.
We can't do both. Yeah.
Oh, we can't. Okay, then we just do. I guess which one do we want to do the first day then? I guess we could just prepare. I guess we could just prepare flies and then decide which one we want to do when we get
Yeah,
there. That
exactly.
works best. Yeah, there we go.
Mm. um.
Aside from that, I guess we'll prepare for elementals, meeting them,
Yeah.
and not fighting them. Hopefully.
Oh yeah. Wait. I need to check the casting time on one spell. I do have it written down. Oh, it has a 1 round casting time. Let's reread the spell. Wizard Handbook. New spells. If Synchro none. Area effect 2 or more. Range 20 yards. If I have it might be super non-conducive, but with telepathic bond, I could actually speak with elementals, or not speak with communicate. It doesn't need a shared language.
That's true.
Up to you.
Yeah, up to you.
But I don't know if it's going to be relevant. I don't think they're going to sit still for a round.
Oh, you also have to be like pretty close to them.
Yeah. I don't think that's happening.
They see do something. I think I remember correctly. They moved around like a fuck ton, and then went to the other one,
Yeah.
like constantly.
There is a third level spell that I would like to cram in here. Maybe instead of fireball. Yeah. I can just use the wand if we need fireballs. Is the clairvoyance? How's the ring charged currently? Is it full?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, on my notes it's currently full.
Okay.
Just no true seeing.
Okay. Do you wanna before we go to sleep? Where? Actually, we can just do it in the morning. I think it's better.
Okay.
It is getting dark, so it's something you have to keep in mind.
Yeah, I won't be able to see. We do it now. Yeah. All right. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about before we go to bed is when we start getting into the mountains, do we want to start using Ultravision or Oliver during the nights, or just kind of like use it as a need by, or just do it on a need to be need to like do it on like if we only see shit or hear shit?
I think that should be fine.
if you can fit it in there. That's the only other question I had.
Yeah, I think that should be good.
Yeah, I think it's 4th level if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
version 4th level.
Okay.
Right.
All right. I think that's it.
Discussions have been made. Has armor been recast?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Then I guess it's time for watch. Who's on first watch?
Reuven.
Reuven. Give me a d20.
Okay.
Want to roll really, really low.
Rolled quite high at 16.
Yeah, that's not good.
Like, good for who is the real question.
I only care about myself, so obviously. Me. Yeah, and give me a perception check as well.
Okay. This plus this. A 30.
Nice. Yeah, this time you notice it before Kitty does, as you hear like a rumbling sound, and as you notice the sound, shortly afterwards start to notice that the ground is slightly shaking.
I think Reuven will follow what he's usually done at this point, which is just like amp himself up a bit more, like putting every minute or so putting his ear to the ground and checking to see if it's getting worse. Maybe he's already developed some sort of very rudimentary checks for this. Maybe like finding some of the leaves or shit from his spell component couch and putting like seeing if it's starting to shing every minute or so to see if it's getting worse, and we'll just wait on that.
Yeah, you do this for a few minutes and you notice that the shaking is getting worse. It is getting more. By now, Kitty is also like sitting, kind of like half sitting as cats sometimes do, looking somewhere.
All right. Like, is this very close? I've encountered this creature or this sound, what I think is the same sound, a couple times now. Do I think it's very close, or like just getting closer?
It is noticeable, which means it must be close unless it's like a really, really giant creature.
Reuven will wake up Oliver on this case, especially since we're so close to this area. So Reuven wakes up Oliver. Oliver.
Yeah. What is it, Reuven?
No fight yet, but the big scavenging bug worm is getting very close. Be ready. And then you see him go again, like ear against the ground, listening.
I'll
You
start putting.
go ahead.
I'll start putting on my armor then, Reuven. That's about it. Yeah, I'll start doing that for a while. Because let me
Reuven, you
roll it
listen.
in case it matters.
You listen to the ground, and the rumbling like becomes a bit stronger, and stops for a moment. You hear it again, then it stops again, and you hear it one more time, and it stops. And then 5 minutes go by. You don't hear any rumbling. Ground has stopped shaking.
But every time it's been like bursts. Has those bursts been like a very strong like shaking?
No, it's like
Or has
30
the-
seconds or something like of, and it stops. A few moments
But the-
later, like
but the
it goes
strength-
again. It
Okay,
was about
but
the same
strength
all
of
the
the
time.
shaking. All right, and it was the same as like right when when it ended or the first gap became. So it was like going up, and then it hit at some sort of point, and then it was a stop, and then some blips. But all those blips were at the peak of the rumbling.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. I think Ruben has his weapon out, at least one sword out by this point, has put in his like gear on. Like takes a minute or so, puts his gear on. Or yeah, as you said, it takes like a good few minutes. So Ruben's, I think, past the 5 minutes, still listening for at least a good another 5 to another 10 minutes.
It's gonna take all over 15 minutes to put his armor on anyway, so you're good.
No more rumbling. It has stopped.
Ruben's kind of weirded out by it, so he just waits until Oliver puts his armor on.
Still nothing. Armor is on.
Is it getting closer, Ruben? Farther away?
Is very weird, Oliver. I've never seen this before. It came, and I'm pretty sure I'm not expert on ground shakings and to tell how close it is by ground shaking, but still, it was quite close, like close enough that it would be like we could notice it, which means it was real close. Like it could have very easily noticed us, I think. And now it's gone. It had a few like bursts of movement around us again, like near us, but then it stopped completely for last however long you took.
Let me take a few minutes then, and we'll see if it's nearby. If it's very close to us, I'll be able to tell. But like, it can't hurt to try. I know, like in case those dragons before might be hiding outside. So Oliver will go to I guess like he'll just spend like he'll just go to like each like square on the huts and sort of detect evil intent out into the void, into the night.
No,
See if it's close enough to us. On like pretty much he'll do it on each square pretty much. Like out there, yeah. So it'll probably take some like, what is it, like 15 minutes or so to do that. I think it's 1 round per attempt, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so 10 minutes.
You do your perimeter check. Nothing.
It's not nearby if it is closer even. But, or at least when I say nearby, I mean within like right next to our hut. So not saying it's not out there, but it could still be close, just not immediately on top of us.
I agree. Yes, because with those creatures, if you recall, they found the dragon corpse very like from a pretty far distance away. So my thinking is these creatures have a very like weird but somehow good understanding of what is happening on above ground from far away. So he's silent down, and you can see he's a bit flustered. I'm not.
Should we cast Ultra Vision and look out in the night, see if we can find any more?
Well, I think.
Or I guess if it's underground.
If I can get it, yeah. If you think it will be useful, I can, but.
No, I don't think so. Actually, we can't really see outside we don't have a good field of view. So even if it is right outside our door, we won't be able to see it much. I think we just have to wait and hope that doesn't come on top of us.
The good news is it seems. Yes. What time did I wake Oliver up in my?
Like an hour or 2 hours into your watch.
I'm sorry that is. Oliver, how should we go about resting now? We can stay up both.
I think we should both stay up at least for a little. I think for at least another hour we should both stay up, and then after that we can decide what to do afterwards.
Okay.
Right.
So do you.
Both of you give me a perception check.
Fail.
We can hit the enter key. There we go, 22.
Yeah, Reuven, you notice nothing interesting anymore. Oliver, you're not quite sure. Maybe you like felt a little bit of a shake one time, or maybe it was just like Reuven getting up from the chair behind you or something. It's hard to say. But it keeps quiet.
I think if it's here, Reuven, I think if it's still around, it's long gone. I don't think I really felt anything out there. Just maybe like slight rumble, but I'm not sure if it was just you moving your chair. I'm not sure if it was just like you or Kitty like moving around a little bit or not, or what.
If you still wish to go to sleep, per our usual times, you'd have another hour or so to sleep, I guess, maybe. If you want, you can sleep a bit more.
I think I'll do that, Reuven, but wake me up the first sign of trouble.
Okay.
If anything. Yeah. I think Oliver, goes back to sleep, takes on his armor, goes back to sleep.
Yeah. You go to sleep, and 3 hours later, Reuven, you can wake up Oliver again.
Yeah, I would like to give him enough sleep so even though he's getting less than usual, he'd still get like a bit of sleep, so he wouldn't be fully flat tomorrow, even if that costs a couple of hours of mine.
Yeah. Let him sleep for a few more hours, as I said, and then you wake him up.
Yeah, I do.
It's probably like 8 hours instead of 6 hours into your watch.
Yeah. Which means I probably wake both of them up, I think. Right?
Your choice.
I wake up Oliver and then let him know how long it's been. Then letting him decide when to wake up.
Okay.
And then Ruben goes to sleep. It just abandons Oliver. Goes to sleep.
Yeah, Oliver just, wake up Usmar at whatever regular time he thinks he's supposed to wake him up at. And he'll just, let him probably sleep until Usmar's in Horizon spells. Or at least like until whatever.
Yeah. You made your best guess. And you wake up Usma. It is getting this would be it's starting to you make your best guess to when you want to wake up Usma, and as you notice it to start to dawn outside, you wake him up. Just a bit later than you would usually do, but
yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I was pretty much probably err on the side of just waking up like a little bit after, like later than normal. But yeah, yeah. So just make sure he gets enough sleep, and I'll wake up Usmar and let him know that there was some rumbling in the night, but they think we're fine. Right, one of those giant worm things.
Okay.
But it seems to be not near us anymore, as far as I can tell. As far as me and Ruben can tell.
As it starts to dawn outside, you can go around and start looking out of the windows and see a bit more into the distance. And you notice that north of the hut, the ground has been interrupted.
Oh shit.
There's clear, you've seen this once before, this line in the sand. You followed it a bit into the desert at one point, a few months ago, or maybe it was a year ago or something. And this seems to be one of these lines again. And it kind of, you can see the beginning of the line, basically.
Okay.
As you look out 200 feet away from your hut, this line in the sand starts to spin into the distance.
Okay, I'll just keep that to myself and let Ruben know when he wakes up and not bother us more about it, but kind of thinking about, oh shit, we were this close to just being caught by a giant gargantuan creature or whatever. Giant worm.
Osmar, you go about learning your spells.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a random amount of time before your HUD disappears. Your HUD disappears after 10 plus d4 hours, right? Or was it 11 plus d4?
11 plus D4, I think.
11 plus d4. Okay. Start learning spells.
Yeah.
A few hours, like an hour or so later, I guess it's time to wake up Ruven as well. It is
Yeah, I'll go.
light outside by now.
Yeah, I'll go wake him up, shake him awake.
Right, does this work?
I'll be like, Ruben, like once Ruben gets like up and is awake, I'll be like, I'll go to the north like window and show like point out and show him like it was very close to us, Ruben, but I think it missed us.
Yes,
I'll show him
I
the
guess
trail.
I don't really know what to make of this. It could mean it started its movement somewhere beneath us and then it came up and then went, or it could mean it was coming closer to us and that's not the beginning, that's the end. But then where did it go from there?
Very curious indeed. Not entirely sure either. But it's also quite strange. I don't think we've seen like the ants this far east, right? Isn't like this area usually free of them?
I think so. These things usually seem to travel a bit more, but still, it seems like these things, because they went all the way into the near the woods as well with the wood giants, but I don't know.
Yes, we are like quite near the edge of the world. I'm surprised they went this far, but I guess they're quite mysterious indeed. Well, I guess I'm glad we didn't have an encounter with them. I guess we just need to be aware of that for the future.
He nods. You did bring up a good point early in the night. It could have done a similar thing with the other creatures that we've encountered that stay inside the ground and wait for us to jump out. I don't
Hmm.
think this creature would be smart enough to do so, but I also can't be sure.
I'll let Usman know when he gets done memorizing his spells. I think we should not head outside the hut yet then, just in case it is that is the thing that's happened.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Osmar, how much time do you need to learn spells?
After 150 minutes, I am in this state. And then it would be 50 to or 30 to 50 more minutes. So 180 to 200 minutes for full slots.
Okay.
Yes,
What is the next spell you learn?
I'm trying to decide that right now. I don't think there was anything that we specifically needed. I think I'll learn Fist of Stone.
Nice. Alright. Yeah,
Nice.
you finished your last spell. The hut's still up.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh,
The
wait,
party
no.
can talk with you.
I also have Detect Magic on Rock because I had to run something for armor, so probably did that. I
Like 10
factored
more
that.
minutes.
No, I factored that in already. I just didn't do anything with the 10 minutes.
Okay, so I think once like Usmar closes the spell book, we'll let him know that the war might be potentially hidden outside.
The
But it's like
what?
the giant worm creature that we said that the rumbling it was just a very very strange theory that it might be like those sand dragons that hide in the sand waiting in ambush.
Should I go look for them first? I can detect hiding creatures pretty well.
If you don't mind, if
I
you
could,
think so.
yeah, I could open the door, then polymorph and fly up and look around.
That would be safest, I guess.
I guess so.
How do the shutters open? Can I exit through a window?
There's an
there-
alarm spell on the windows, isn't there? Does it trigger
Yeah.
when you go through it?
I don't think so.
I don't remember how alarm works.
Because I think there's an alarm on the door as well.
Without speaking a password established by the caster. So if
Yeah.
you turn into a creature that can speak, you probably can. But then you are too large to squeeze through the shutters.
Really? Isn't the fairy dragon the perfect mix?
The fairy dragon is still a small creature, not a tiny creature.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's what I was asking. Like, are the shutters like blank shutters, or are they like chugga 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 shutters? You know?
I guess they are chugga 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 shutters.
Yeah. So then I guess I will just I'll step here, polymorph into a fairy dragon, open the front door, and then exit and fly up.
Yeah, you
And-
fly up and you can quite instantly see like this large area. Can we not do that, roll 20? Somewhere over here where like this.
I don't see where you're pointing.
I'm not pointing, I'm drawing.
Oh.
Like over here. Northeast, northwest.
Okay.
The line in the sand starts and goes into the distance.
Is it sorry?
Probably
Can
a bit
you?
further away.
Is this like oh my god, I can't speak English. Is it like the sand is depressed, or is it like elevated?
It is like split.
Okay.
Like something has thrown sand left and right, and also like
Okay.
rocks.
Okay, so it looks like depressed in the middle.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Anything on any other sides?
Nope.
Okay. I fly back in and say, it seems like we were chill. It's just some movement happened about here, I guess.
Just so you're not surprised about if anything goes wrong. That is like 200 feet away from the hut, so you don't see many details. You just see like the line is very obvious in the sand.
Okay. I can go investigate further if we wish, or we could just head out.
Thank you.
Which
could,
way
I-
is? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter really. I think we can, if we're very just ginger in our steps, I guess, and just not try to do too much noise and just start walking away.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, should be good, as long as we have you keeping watch on the ground. Or
Did you have a spell that makes that easier, like some silent step thing or something?
let me see. Does this? I don't think it does. I don't think I can silence our steps. Technically, pass without a trace DM, like it leaves no footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean it also leaves no like? The feet still technically like produce force on the ground, right?
It's magic.
So it's magic. So I don't know, I guess, is the question. I'm assuming DM, I don't know if Pass Without Trace also helps against like creatures that have like what's it called?
like tremor sense or whatever.
Yeah.
You have no idea, correct?
I can also just cast fly on you guys. We probably don't need it for exploring the mountain today.
I think that's the safest option, I guess.
Yep. And if it comes to combat, then you'll have fly already cast on you, which might make a difference.
Mm-hmm. I think it's the safest since you don't have to fight. In case it is out there, you don't have to fight it. I don't think it can fly after us.
Yeah.
I will also say, in case you are too nervous, the chances of it being there aren't very high. I don't think this creature is smart enough it would have probably just bitten into the building if it saw us as a thing.
That is
But-
very true. Well, I think we can just. I think we're getting too paranoid. I think we can just walk outside and be fine. I guess I'll take the first step if need be.
Okay. I'm cool with anything.
Yeah.
Alright,
So you just walk outside.
Yeah.
I am
follow.
polymorphed into a fairy dragon, by the way.
Yep.
I am keeping like 40 feet of more than that, like 20 meters of height, 60 feet of height.
Yeah. I think like
sure.
me and Ruben scout out the area, make sure we're good.
How
Or to start leaving,
much
I
of an
guess.
area do you scout on?
Probably just like what is it like? What's on the map, pretty much. Probably like whatever the northern area is. So maybe like
I
just,
would say just Reuven starts pulling you. Like we can look there, but I don't think we should just walk over there. I think we're
Oh,
supposed to
true.
walk
Yeah. Let's just
the
walk
opposite
normally
direction.
then. Walk in a normal
Yeah.
direction. We're gonna go in then. Yeah.
Okay, so you head out and then around the hut, like 50 feet perimeter, checking out what's going on. If nothing devious is on the roof.
Yeah. I
Or
think
you
we just start heading
just-
our normal. Just leave now, I guess.
Yeah. Which direction is the mountains?
East,
it's-
northeast.
Okay, so we can just
So it's going the
maybe
opposite
we
direction
can
of the mountains as
like
well,
this,
right?
but
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
I see you like start like heading around the hut a bit and then start to like go somewhere. Let's just put you like getting prepared to move out northeast-ish. Very obviously, you feel the ground shaking.
Uzmar, we need fly. Reuven
Too late.
screams out.
Too late now, bitch. I
Okay.
say in my fairy dragon voice. Are we fighting here?
I can't move Kitty out.
Kitty is stuck in the door probably.
I am
I
I
should
am
clip the
flying
link.
on the roof of my hut. And then
Alrighty, so you
polymorphing.
take one round to fly away. Like you take the round to fly away and polymorph. What are the other two doing?
I think Oliver, Reuven shouts to Oliver, "We should get back in the hut."
Okay. Oliver will follow Ruben's lead. Get back into the. Start moving back into the hut.
Reuven
So
feels
he'll
like
get on
that's,
like he'll get on, like the porch or whatever, and like wait for Ruben to get inside.
Reuven feels like that's the safest spot, even if
Right.
it is.
It is time to roll initiative. Something is clearly going on. I have no idea what it is, but something is happening.
I can't go on top, but I'm on top of the hut.
All of
And Reuven
you
pushes
go
Kitty in
away.
as well.
So- yeah, Kitty comes with you. You put
Wait,
on top of
no.
the hut. Yeah, let me
I-
just
So that I can see. They should have like flying vision options on this game.
Like height options or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
they should be
It just gets rough when you're doing
pretty
2D planes and you have to
easily
do like height.
doable.
Yeah.
I think I will just parent wall and then can be on top of the
Kitty is
thing,
not.
and it is not working. Okay.
I'll move
Can
out of the
I
way.
give
You can
you
drag Kitty in. There you go.
alrighty. Let's just. It is daylight out.
Initiative?
Guess the
there
best.
we go.
What's going on? Roll initiative.
I'm taking a full round action. Wait. These are when I roll my wands. No?
Oh,
Never.
persuaded Uzmar not to cast fly on us. I vote.
Worry about it later.
Up first.
I'm just gonna. So the ground is shaking right now, currently, right?
Yes, it is rumbling and it's getting. It is very noticeably rumbling. You
Yeah,
have
I'm
just
just gonna-
ran back to the hut, jumped into the door, and are looking
Yeah,
outside.
I think I'm just like readying an attack in case like anything comes like immediately, like like basically it came. I'm assuming it came from like this direction, so I'm assuming it's gonna come from that direction as well. So just like looking that direction, ready an attack in case anything comes from that direction.
Yeah. Reuven?
I think Kitty went as well. I rolled initiative late for Kitty. I tell Kitty to go big. We don't know what's gonna happen. We might be all swallowed up here. Just in case Kitty goes big. Just to get
So
some
also,
HP.
just for context, I'm on this side of the roof.
Where are you?
On this side of the roof.
Okay. Oliver, are you outside or are you inside?
Outside. Oh no, I guess I'm on the porch or whatever, like the porch thing that we have. Like at that, I'm on that right now, so I'm technically outside, I guess.
Okay. Great.
Reuven on initiative throws out his swords and readies an attack.
Splitting the ground open is a large creature that you have not seen before. And it looks up and rolls a perception check. Which is quite bad. And the only thing it sees is Oliver, so it will, as it splits out of the ground, charge in your direction. Whoosh. And as it gets to you, bite and swipe at you. You know, it's a lot of glancing blows, but 3 attacks have been made against you.
Ding, 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 donk.
That's my finish. It's polymorphing.
Ooh, is my ready to
initiative.
My ready to attack go off or no?
I would like to shout.
Don't think you know how to ready an attack against like something like.
Okay.
Give me your ready attack. That's fine.
Alrighty, let me retype it out. Oh, I can type in the chat. With a decent roll. Finally for once, not like a 2.
Yeah,
that hit?
That actually hits. Yeah.
Nice. Or 16.
Um,
Oh god, that's pretty tanky.
at the end of the round, I would like to shout, surround the creature, its sides are softer than its front.
Interesting. Yeah. Time to roll initiative.
Get close enough to the doorway that I could stab it with my ready attack. Okay. Makes sense.
Oh, so you're hiding in the corner of the building, not next to the door.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
It's
Right,
right in
what's
front of me, Reuben.
You go first.
I peek from the rooftop and pew 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 pew.
Let's see what that is. Oh yeah. Pew 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 pew. That is a mistake. Yeah. Kitty is big.
Oh, sorry, I didn't roll initiative for Kitty. Kitty's gonna chill then. Kitty's just chilling. Everything's fine for
Reuven,
Kitty.
Oliver, your turns.
Reuven moves through the door with his swords.
The
with-
door is technically
Okay.
next to Oliver, like it's like in the middle of the porch, and Oliver standing like somewhat in front of it. You have to push a bit to get out there.
Can I squeeze past him?
Um,
Can I wait
unless
until he
Oliver
moves
doesn't want you
20?
to squeeze by, you can.
No, I'll let him
although this is
squeeze.
like
I guess since we're going at the same time, it's a little messy, but I was gonna follow Usmar's advice and try to move around the creature.
Okay.
I guess- I don't know how
You're
that's
going
gonna
at the
work.
same time, so okay, you start moving. Reuven starts moving outside. The
this,
creature turns. Creature does not turn with you.
Okay, that's interesting.
Reuven's fine being the one that's being attacked, I guess. Okay, which one of us attacks, I guess, first then?
I'll go first then. With 19 on the side.
Yeah, that misses. You
Okay,
plonk against the large, this strong armor of the creature. When
Okay, I get a plus 12 and a plus 13 to hit. So this is the main one first. I do try to go to its flank, but I'm assuming it kind of follows me.
no. It's like still
Okay.
looking in the same direction.
Okay.
Then I think I move there and I attack. This is unflanking bonuses to attacks. Those are some
They
attacks.
both hit, yeah.
This is a D8 or
Large
D12
creature.
damage.
D12.
That is.
Was that is that 18 a crit or no?
It is.
Nice.
It is a crit,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's D10s or
But
D12s. I forgot them. Okay, D12s. The first one is not a crit. So that is just this plus 3. So 14 damage. And the second one is 2 D12s. So 12 plus another 2. So 14 damage. That's 13 and 14 damage. No,
alright.
that's 14 and 14. 28 damage.
Yeah.
Both equal hits.
As you like swipe at the creature and manage to land a killing blow, the creature clearly was about to do something weird.
Okay.
As it was like looking at the. It completely ignored you moving around it. It completely ignored being attacked from both sides and was about to do something. But it dies.
The hell was that, Ruben? Nusmar?
No, I believe that was a boule. Common in this area, somewhat.
Ah.
Did you see it, Oliver? It was doing something weird.
Yes, it didn't even. Strange. It didn't learn to protect itself at all. I'm gonna turn around and just sort of like start scanning the area as well to make sure there's no more of them coming. There's no more shaking in the sand.
You are shaking in the sand, but other than this, in that moment, you don't notice anything. No.
Okay.
Oliver, can you turn it over on its belly?
After like scanning the horizon for a little bit, Oliver will go, sure, I guess, and Ruben come and help me for a second, and I'll go and try and like flip it over with like some. You can probably get like if we need leverage, I guess we have like crowbars and stuff. We can like help, try to help flip it over.
This is like a large creature. Your 1 foot crowbar doesn't your 2 foot crowbar doesn't really give you much leverage in the sand.
It's very fair.
So either you can just muzzle the creature onto its back, or you're kind of stuck.
I guess I'll try and stow my weapons in the hut, stow all of my backpack and stuff in there as well, and try to just muscle it over.
Alrighty. You're still in the sand, so give me a what would bend bar lift gates at disadvantage?
Ooh.
Can,
Alright, so
can
two-
I have any effect to help him?
You are a weak elf. No,
That's true. But I still try.
you try.
2D100.
Yeah, you try to like lift the tail up.
All right, so 2D100, and both would be lower, 40 or lower. Oh, got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
You managed to get like the perfect grip on the creature. It's like has like one of its sides against the hut, so you can like push it without like it just shoving it over the sand, and you can flip it. Yeah, it is flipped. The belly is revealed, and you can see very clearly that the belly is not that shelled as the front and the back of the creature.
I point to the belly and say, Reuben, can you open it up?
Okay. Meantime, Reuben, DM, while that was taking place, Kitty, Reuben asked Kitty to like go outside to the sand and do the checking of the ground again. And she's very good at that.
I say, careful for poisonous or acids inside the stomach. I'm not sure.
Oliver will start backing up, or not backing up, move
Yeah.
away from it, so it gives Ruben some space.
Reuben was also about to do it, but then like loses most of his gusto, and then like with the very tip of his +3, he uses his +2 sword, I guess. And like just the very tip of it tries to like from the edge as far away as he can, like tiptoeing, tries to gut it open.
Yeah, you can like with way more force than you would expect shove your sword into the creature's belly and like start cutting it open a bit. And do you expect that obvious bodily fluids start leaking out?
Okay. He's very like careful every few moments, like taking a step back, covering himself with his cloak. Doing it careful, I guess, taking some time. Careful for like poisons. But yeah, we'll take
Continues to
some time to
leak.
open the creature up.
How much do you want to open it up?
Fillet it like a fish from top to bottom.
Okay. Osma asks, Reuven gives, so he tries his best
Yeah.
yeah.
Give me a non-proficient butcher check.
Okay, I'll roll a d20.
Yeah.
So I think that needs to be high. 14. Ooh.
Okay,
You
what's
have
like
14
what's like-
strength.
I don't. I have 13 strength.
Ooh, I think you fail. Three. Oh, what's your int?
11.
Okay,
Plus
you
5.
fail. A saving throw versus breath weapon.
Okay. Think that should be a success. Breath weapon. Yeah. Good success.
As you cut through the creature, you hit its belly, its stomach, and the stomach acid like sprays out on you. You take 1 point of damage.
Ouchie. Okay.
Do you continue
Is
cutting?
it poison or Osmar?
Oh, what is the goal of this Usmar?
I'll polymorph into a fairy dragon, and I will go. I can't move out of the hut. Wait, like this. I will go inspect its organs and try to deduce how long a creature like this can go without food.
The cut open stomach is leaking acid. Do you want to
Yeah.
like poke around in the acid?
I mean, it's like I'm not gonna dip into it. I guess I'll go down, polymorph back. I'll pull out like a quarterstaff, and then I'll drop it on the floor, polymorph, and then pick up the quarterstaff and poke around with the stick.
Give me a saving throw versus no. As you poke around with your stick, and after poking around in the stomach acid for 30 seconds or so, you notice that your stick is starting to corrode at the end.
Okay, I pull my stick out. Do you have any cheaper sticks?
I give you like a no.
Oh,
I don't
wait.
think so.
I just polymorphed back into myself, and I toss in a copper coin. I want to see like how quickly it dissolves.
The copper coin falls into the mixture of blood and stomach acid and disappears.
Oh, I guess that's true. Does it make any noise when it's eating it?
No, no noise, at least for now.
Uh,
And you also take 4 more points of damage.
Can I?
Reuven rushes and shouts, Usman, it's poison, it's attacking me. He's running to get some water. Oh, help me, Oliver.
Just slow down, Reuven. Calm down. So walk over to Reuven and I guess like look at the acid is like burning him.
Yeah.
I
Get
pull
some
out
wa-
some
get some-
water.
Get some
There's
water.
water
Usmar.
in my There's some water in my thing.
Like I'll walk over, grab the water keg, go back over to Reuben, and like start like rubbing the like give it to Reuben to rub the acid off himself.
Yeah, you know, it's like it like slipped in between like the glove and the armor, so you have to take the glove and the armor off to wash your skin from the acid. Fortunately, it only like has sprayed onto your sword arm that you were using to cut.
Yeah. But he tries his best. Maybe like asks Oliver to start like it just pour it. I'll keep it by underneath.
Okay, I'll like slowly pour it on you then, Reuben. I'll like slowly start pouring the water to like like on him so he can like start rubbing it on, and then like I'll stop and so I'll rub it on a bit more so you can start pouring a bit more so you can rub it more. You can rinse and repeat that situation or that like thing.
Yeah, it's still it's still stinging a bit, but it's not you're not taking damage anymore. But it keeps the sting for like 2-3 more minutes. Starting to rub yourself.
Once like the acid is all cleaned up, I'll put my hands on Reuben and lay my hands on him to heal him up the full for 18, yeah.
That's more than enough. It wasn't for like an acid burn. It was pretty bad, but for overall, it wasn't much.
Good thing I can heal no more, no less 18.
Yeah, Osmar, your adventure with the stomach acid, give me a anatomy check and like roll really, really high.
Wait, does it have modifiers?
-2. Yeah.
That's pretty high.
It is pretty high. You are like from trying to wrap your head around this creature, pretty certain that it does not live from rocks, so must eat something, but you're kind of clueless on how much that creature needs to eat.
Okay.
It seems like a somewhat an unnatural abomination, so could be anything, could be nothing.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Are we done, Roosmar?
Yep.
I think we cleaned up Reuben's acid. We wasted a bit of water though, so or used up a bit of water, I should say. Okay,
That's
I think
fine.
we ready to head out now?
I'm at least okay with this.
I'll just quickly grab you and put you on the old map. I guess you're checking it from time to time. The dragon symbol has not moved much. It's like up there. Maybe it moves slightly, but it never moves when you're looking at it, so it's hard to say. Where do you think you are on this map?
If I remember correctly, I think we were like pretty close, so we were like around here. Like in like this area right here. And then I think I remember we like see the valley, so we must be pretty close within like a couple miles.
Yeah, we think this is the valley we're seeing in the distance.
Okay. Yeah. A short intermezzo with a boule afterwards. You head into the valley.
I think we do.
Yeah.
Sounds great. You head into the valley and like 2 miles or so after you start walking for the day, you arrive in this grassland area. There's trees around, and looking towards the north side, you see a mountainside that like from halfway up becomes quite barren, as like you've seen before, and then all the way up there's this thick layer of clouds.
Do we see any of the white stuff anywhere?
Yeah, on the south side. There's like this area, like this belt in the middle, where the grass and woodland and things are. Compared to the other valley you were in, here it looks more lush, more jungly than foresty.
Oh, nice.
But the southern mountainside still like halfway up where the vegetation starts to thin out. It starts to be layered with snow. Yeah.
Reuven proposes that we should go see this white stuff.
Is it
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
Oh.
never mind.
is it like a big? It's not too far out of the way to get to see the white stuff, right? The snow.
No.
Okay, I'm fine
Like
with that.
you guess like the valley in the middle, like the belt of the valley is like about must be like 2 to 4 miles wide. So
Okay.
and
Yeah, I'm free.
walk 2 miles south, slightly up the mountain.
Yeah, I'm fine with it then.
I am also keeping an eye out for spider monkeys for my polymorph collection,
Spider monkeys. Oh, okay.
or any kind of monkeys, but
Yeah,
specifically
sure.
spider monkeys.
Yeah, of course, we can go check out the snow if you want to. Don't see
We
why
heard
it should be too
stuff
far out of the
about
way.
it from Septima, but I still don't fully understand what these. I'd love to know more about it.
Yes, water that can. I don't even know how it's water to begin with. It's not wet.
Let's see.
Not flowing.
You have not touched it yet, so who knows?
Exactly. It can't. I mean, how can it be wet? It's solid.
Yeah, so you head over to the southern mountain and through this like lush, foresty, jungly area where you don't see spider monkeys, at least for now. You head up the mountainside. It's getting a bit steep, and once you're like, must be like 1,000 feet up from the ground, from the valley ground, the vegetation starts to thin out. Took you more time than you expected. It's like a very steep mountainside. Not something you are familiar with.
Oh, also, just for context, I am fairy dragon mode.
You get like to the snow area. Slowly but surely, you notice that like your steps start crunching, and it becomes chilly. And as you continue, it becomes more and more chill.
Yo, Ruben, this is cold as fuck. Can we leave?
It's so weird, isn't it?
How are getting?
Let's get to the white stuff and then come back.
You continue. It's like really cold now. But you arrive at the
wait.
snowland.
I think I've tried to polymorph into a creature that I think would be a little bit warmer.
A bear.
Yeah, something like that. Something smaller if possible. Have I seen like a mountain goat?
No,
Man,
you
A
haven't
regular
seen
goat?
many mountain creatures to begin with, because there's not many mountains you have been at.
Sheep. Woolly sheep.
sheep are probably slow.
A dog.
I don't know how warm dogs are.
Depends on the breed, but yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't have any creature in mind that would live in a snowy area, because you've never been in a snowy area.
I'd try a dog.
Yeah, you are now a dog. Your paws are really cold,
The hell.
but it is manageable, you guess.
Ruff, ruff.
Yeah, a dog, a cat, an elf, and a human head up a mountain and arrive at where the snow gets a bit thicker, and yeah, you can play with the snow if you want to. It feels very cold, and it starts to like wetten your hands as you touch it, and as you quickly notice also your feet are wet, and it's cold. It's really cold.
This is miserable, Ruben.
Okay, let's take one of the bags of it. Let me put this in the bag. and we can
Hurry
go
up,
back.
Ruben. Hurry it up.
Okay, yes.
What bag?
I think so.
I think.
What are those bags called that I specifically asked we had? Burlap sacks.
I'll borrow those ones, okay.
Right.
Are,
You
are
shovel
those
a
we
bit
have
of
in
these.
in the bag of holding? What's about? Yeah.
You know, your wizard is a dog. You don't have a burlap sack on you, so
I have some. Yeah, he just takes just a big handful of it and just keeps it on him, just on his like just keeps it between his two hands and just
Okay.
starts walking back.
yeah. Alrighty, you start walking back, and like 15 minutes after walking back, your hands are so cold that you don't want to keep holding onto this stuff anymore.
Ah, it hurts. I've never I've never felt this kind of pain before.
Yeah. You want to keep holding it?
I'm really looking on what I could possibly put this in, but I don't have anything. So,
And also by now it has started to leak a bit.
what's it leaking?
Water is dripping from your hands.
Reuben sees this as a clear liquid that's probably water. So he says to Oliver very seriously, "If something happens to me, carry me back." And then you can see him like go to his icy hands holding snow and like licks the water coming out of it. And then it tastes if it is water. If this really happens to water.
It is a taste. It is tasteless. It is cold. Give me a saving throw versus poison.
Yeah. D20.
Damn.
Nothing happens.
Also, I would like to say, as a dog, I will generate some yellow snow.
Yeah.
Oliver, you then see Reuben just like look at you, not say anything, and then just take like a mouthful of the snow in his hands into his mouth, just bite on it, and then throw the rest away.
Yeah. Give me a saving throw versus paralyzation.
Natural one.
You bite into the stuff in your hands, and Oliver, you look at Rufen, and you see like his eyes like getting wide as he like stiffens up.
Ruben, I'll like go over to him and just like put my hands around his shoulder, like on his shoulders, making sure to like prop him up. Do I need to carry you, Ruben?
Rufen,
Is it poisoned?
You have brain freeze. It is painful.
You can see his eyes begin to squint as he's like frozen in shock for a good few seconds. And then he hastily like puts all the snow out of his hand. Is like, it hurts. It hurts my mind. Like one of those creatures attacking your mind. We need to leave. Let's go.
We should have come here to begin with.
What are these
Let's go.
things?
Rufen,
And he,
holding
begins
his
to get in a
head,
jog.
starts running away. You can follow him. Rufen, just for good measures, give me a dex check.
Totally.
All right, you don't slip on this. Don't slip on the snow. You manage to run away. Your hands are wet. Your feet are wet. Your toes are hurting. Actually, they probably stopped hurting by now. That goes for both of you. Usma, your paws are wet, but it's okay. You know, they're wet.
Sick.
As you're running down the hill, give me a perception check, all of you.
Bam.
Oh, it's double 16s.
Great
Yeah.
rolls.
Bad.
You are so preoccupied with Ruben's screaming and brain freeze moment that you don't pay too much attention to your surroundings and miss the very obvious signs of all the creatures stalking you.
Good.
No, I missed the spider monkey.
Miss the spider monkeys. Fortunate. You
Woof, woof.
come back to the foresty area. It becomes lush. It becomes warm again. And it is a livable condition.
All right, everybody. I guess it's time to start exploring. And I think if our map is correct, it's going to be on the northern side of the northern mountainside. Do we
Yeah,
want to
who
start looking
knows?
more in that direction, or it could be anywhere, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Ruben nods nonchalant, like absent-mindedly along as you see his eyes kind of have this weird look as he's looking back at the mountainside, at the snow, and he kind of like smacks his lips together.
Yeah, unfortunate, but what can you do? As you like head back to the valley, you can see like a small river that is running down the valley. Are you gonna
On
go
the
there?
north side? On the north side?
It's basically mostly central in the valley, from what you understand.
Yeah, but is it on this mountain or this mountain?
It is
Or is it running down the middle?
running down the middle. It's kind of like going something like this.
Wait, which way did we go now? Or did we go up this mountain?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Follow the river, you mean?
Or I don't know. I think I don't know. I mean, it would attract other animals. So maybe it's
Probably.
better to be away from it, or maybe it's good to be at it. We could find spider. I mean, sorry, I mean, roof, roof. Yeah, I probably morphed back into Osmar, and I said what I said. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I
yeah.
don't think we're afraid of normal creatures, like normal animals here. I think we're more afraid of the elementals that might be out here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the elementals would be near water, aside from maybe the water elementals.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a terrible idea to stick near the river and just kind of maybe scan out the north. Like, I guess at this point, like it's maybe when we get to like closer to the back to the center of the valley, we could just use the prying eyes to just have them scout out where we're walking near the river.
Oh, and if you guys see any monkeys,
What's a
please.
monkey, Rusma?
It's like one of those things that threw shit at us when we were traveling through that little bit.
Oh, those things. I'll let you know. Okay,
Okay.
those are they're not the nicest animals I've seen. As he looks in the ribbon to see if he's listening.
It would be.
He has come back to himself, I think.
Okay,
After a couple of minutes, he nods.
he Oliver stopped himself from saying choice words then at the animals.
It would be greatly beneficial to be able to morph into one of them,
Okay.
but not one of those ones. Like a better one, a faster one.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for one of those things then.
Thank
But
you.
You want me to use the orbs that fly around magic from the ring?
when we get closer to, when we get back to, we're in the jungle valley now, right?
Yeah, you're approaching, like, from what I understood, you are heading towards the river.
Yes, I believe so. Yes, I think we can start using the prying eyes now and just have them scout out a mile around us for anything interesting.
I think that's good.
Okay.
What is the prying eyes job description?
Oh right, you need to think of that.
I think that there was one that said specifically in the spell that Blah, blah, blah.
I think we're literally using the example from the spell, yeah. Which is kind of
Or
funny.
you could spread around and then they spread in a circle around you.
I think we were
I think
doing the
it's
one where it's like, look for. I think we
so
want. I think we want
surround
to like.
me.
Yeah.
Surround me at the range of 1 mile and return if you spot any interesting things, possible resting, possible good caves. So what mean good caves to me, or uh, interesting spiders? No, interesting monkeys. That's what Ruben Uzma wanted. Are those the 3 things we need?
I believe so.
Because I
I guess you,
imagine
you
if we
probably. I
find a
think
cave, we might be able to find a good resting spot.
you could probably shorten it a bit just because you only have 25 words, just interesting things, and you because it's not they're intelligent, so they know what you mean by interesting. If I remember correctly, the spell was like they're not stupid. Like they use your intelligence basically, like what you deem interesting. So I think we could just go. You could probably shorten it to like look for interesting things and like caves, spider monkeys, like that's or monkeys and
I
that sort of
mean,
stuff.
there's no. They don't need to. We're not expecting danger necessarily. There's no. They don't need to like immediately return back. So maybe having like pretty strict return conditions or like not allowing for it to return too easily is fine, and then you can just replay it all at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
100 meter
So I
range,
think just
1
like
mile.
surround me in like a 1 mile radius and return back in a couple hours or something.
A 1 mile radius is like really large, and there's not that many eyes. Just
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the range is 1 mile, like half a mile radius.
half a mile radius, still like very large.
Isn't that fine?
Sure,
think
I'm just saying there's a lot of possibility to miss things. That's all I'm saying.
But I think we want them all very spread out so they all see different things. So we have a
Yeah.
chance.
Wait. So just to be clear, or I don't know, but when I was how do I make it linger? There we go. So, if this is like, okay, I will make it bigger for the sake of thing. So let's say this is like a mile. I mean, yeah, a mile.
Mhm.
Instead of just being at the edges, it would mean, oh my god, I can't draw 2 things. Uh, like, uh, like, oh my god, this is so hard. I can't. Oh, nice. Wait, hold. I will learn how to draw. The tools are all gone now. Okay, there.
Do you
and
want
then-
it to be surround me in?
Yes, like this, and then like this area.
Mhm.
So not all the way up, but so that they're not all like super far away.
Just saying half a mile is still quite a distance.
Yeah, I think that's fine though. Or if
I
we're fine
think
if
that's
they,
fine. Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna they're not gonna be like too close to. They're not gonna be too close or too far away. I don't think we're gonna be like a
I
perfect
think their
spot.
likelihood of seeing anything is pretty equal at all distances. So
I'm
Like,
I
yeah,
going,
like-
going to see some things. We're just saying like you're not at all protected against things coming to you without.
Yes,
I
that's
think
not the point of this. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
seeing random things.
Far
yeah,
away.
I think when we're using
Yeah.
the scout far
Yeah,
away stuff
that's
rather
fine.
than protect us.
Yeah. Okay. So the eyes are spread around looking for monkeys and caves and
Interesting stuff that shouldn't
Interesting
be in a
stuff.
normal forest like
Okay.
this. Yeah.
would
Interesting
Ruven
stuff.
consider a water elemental interesting?
Um, a water elemental in like a weird water elemental like living area. Yes, a water elemental just hanging around. No.
I mean, it's like very unusual wave on the river that is following the
Then
eye.
no.
Would the eye consider this to be interesting?
No.
No. Okay. Alright. Your
And
eyes
for
fly out.
Specifically elementals here. If he sees a non-elemental, like, strange creature, then yes. So, like, an undead or a freaking
Okay.
whatever.
For the purpose of protection, I will be playing that role as a fairy dragon, just flying above the boys.
How high above the boys?
Like 20 meters off the ground.
Okay. That's like in the 20 meters off the ground is like the leaf area of the trees.
Okay, I'll fly under the leaves, or yeah, if they're like jungle trees, that's feasible, right?
Yeah, it's not like not a thick forest. It's just like very vibrant colors, and it also, as you're heading towards the river, becomes damp in the air. It is
Yeah.
almost uncomfortable warm, but it's okay.
Yeah, I think under the leaves is my height.
Reuven, would you be so kind as to roll me a d20 for your eyes?
Indeed. That is an 18.
Is an 18. Yeah. Um, I will. As you're heading towards the river and your eyes are flying away, I will grab you onto this map. Down here. And as you enter this map, Reuven, a one eye returns. You can see the eye coming like from north of you, like floating
Okay.
in your direction.
It seems like one of them saw something. Oliver, do you protect me? Will you protect me when I am blind?
Yes, of course.
For some, do you see the 10 on the map as well?
Yes.
Oh,
10?
the 10? I don't
Yes.
see it.
There's like a random 10 up here that I. Oh, now I can I delete it now?
I don't see it. But
I
okay.
can delete Osmos things and then I can't delete the 10.
Just keep it a buck.
Well, yeah, alright. Reuven, you get the eye and starts seeing the eye backwards. You're flying away from you. Zzz, north, 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 north. And then somewhere up here, you see up here, north on the map.
Oh, up. Okay, up north of the map.
You see a strange-looking thing. It's vaguely humanoid, but it has like a snout that kind of reminds you of a cow,
Okay.
and also give me a perception check. Let's see how much you
Alright.
see from the eye. Like this instantly jumps. Like it's very. Also, you see that it's kind of like has hoofs instead of hands. And then the eye returns back, and you can see the eye flying away from you.
Reuven opens his eyes and says, "Which direction were we going on this map? South or?"
You are heading north on this map.
Okay.
Technically,
In
this
front of
is
us.
east, but
Yeah. Reuven says, "In front of us, it saw a creature, human-esque type creature, but it had features of almost as if a cow.
Gross.
It was weird,
Good.
but it
Weird.
Is it
did
big?
human-like. It wasn't like very big, DM, right? Or
Large humanoid, like 6-7 feet maybe.
roughly human size.
Let's try to avoid it then. I don't know if we want to interact with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you communicate with it, Rusmar?
probably not.
I don't know a lot of things living out here are friendly. I don't know if I want to risk it.
I shrug.
If you can communicate with it, I think we can try. But if we not, then I feel like it's not worth it.
I cannot.
I don't, yeah, then I think it might be best to avoid it for now.
Small.
Yeah.
A perception check.
Pretty good.
You see approaching from the north a weirdly humanoid looking creature. It's walking in your direction.
Wait, does it look like the token?
No, it looks like it's far away, so it's hard to see, but you can see something moving up there. You're the only one who can see it, since you're the only one with 360-degree vision.
Yeah, I see. I think the thing Ruben saw is coming to us.
Ha. Well, makes sense, I guess. There was a very obvious glowing orb coming at us.
Is this are the distances relative in the map approximately correct? About 100 feet, 150 feet northwest.
Mm-hmm.
11 o'clock, maybe 10:30.
At those rocks.
Mm-hmm. I think
Is it
it's
hiding in? Oh,
I think it thinks that we don't see it.
I will stop you here.
Uh-oh. Bunch of more things.
It's time to roll initiative.
Yep.
okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you were really slow in acting, so Osmar, you're not surprised that something is charging in your direction, but the other two don't get to act this round.
Okay.
I float down behind this tree and polymorph.
You have to roll initiative to see what happens when.
Okay.
Ta-dum.
They all cast fireball at you. Have fun.
Yeah.
We are
Please
grouped
do
up
not
for
be. Oh no,
fireball.
you can't see names. So perfect.
That is true.
They
That
look like
is,
aliens.
Yeah, they all look like humanoids, and I will give you more description once they get close and you can actually see what they look like. They are
That's not
charging
nice.
in your direction. And first goes this one back here, who is that's 120. Can easily charge into all of you, and will start smacking. Wait, which one is this? Can you tell me your name
green
again?
one.
Oh, I closed the initiative again. I hate it. Why do I do this all the time? It smacks you with a gnarly looking hand. It kind of looks like a tree fist.
Tree fist. Okay.
For easier combat's sake, I will move all of you a bit up.
Okay.
So we have a bit of more map in the background. The range is large enough for all of them to be able to charge you, so they will do that.
Can I give a small, quick fringe argument?
What?
I don't think the other party members should be surprised for a complete round if they were charging through like a semi-open plane.
You were all talking when the creature clearly was coming to you. Nobody said anything, and I decided to run at you. You are not prepared to do anything.
I think for normal surprises, there's a D10 that's rolled, and I think they have to cover quite some distance,
Yeah,
and we
usually
were aware that they
if
existed.
if things would be passive, I would totally have made you roll a d10, but you were actively choosing not to do anything, so you brought that on yourself.
I'm not sure what that means.
That means I told you that the creature is coming closer and closer, and it's looking at you, and you said, and you
Yeah, we're
continue
not
to
like
talk.
we're not like surprised. We know that they're coming.
Yeah, I'm not giving you negatives on AC or anything, but you're not acting this round. As things
I think
charge
that
in,
makes
it
sense.
starts
Yeah,
smacking you.
we weren't surprised.
Yeah, it's fine.
but-
So Oliver,
fine.
you getting smacked with this
Ooh.
woody hand.
First one gets this. I forgot how we rolled that. I don't know. if the
Oh
first
yeah,
one's
you
gonna-
have displacement. True.
Yeah,
It misses, but then it notices that you're displaced.
that is true.
And from the other hand, like this large, what's the name, root or liana or whatever comes out and wraps around you.
Hey. Okay.
Where's a good token for being held? Is that good? It's good enough. This is held
It's
for
good
now. Yeah. And then coming after this, the second creature. This one is larger than the first one, comes running in as well. And will kind of do the same. God, there's so much things that I have to keep in mind here. This one actually looks significantly different, and I would like Reuven. This creature is coming for you, and as it comes for you, like you have time to turn around and not be completely surprised. You notice that it also has like this gnarly hand that comes into your direction, trying to smack you. Which it kind of does, whatever that means. And then you notice that it also has a beak. This one has like a avian looking face, but it has like a very narrow beak that is like almost like kind of almost reminds you of a large mosquito.
Okay.
Oh no, it doesn't. Just as a normal beak, sorry, my mistake. And it, with its beak, starts hacking in your direction as well.
Okay.
And as it notices that this doesn't work, it also swings the other hand around, and like this large root comes like swinging with the hand that you didn't quite see before as it comes as it has approached you, and it does the same thing to you as the other one has done to your friend next to you.
So there's no way for one to like. It's like a large enough net springing at us that we can't feasibly smack it away from us. Or like a sailing throw or something.
Deal with that on your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
As the last one, the cow-looking creature comes running around, and it doesn't move actually, but it looks like a bit like a cow. So we deal with this, and it swings its two hoofs at you, Oliver. The first one clearly missing, the second one danging against you, and Osmar, you polymorph into. You tried to hide somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I just flew or floated down behind a tree to polymorph, but I'm not sure if that's
Yeah, if you want to be behind the tree, then you're back here.
sure.
And at the end of the round, you are polymorphed. It's time to roll initiative again.
Hey. So are we like completely held, or is it like so like
You have a root wrapped around your waist.
Oh, okay. It's not too bad then. Probably just can't move too easily. Can we still attack, or is this like, are we like completely like?
Your
Is like our
arm
arms
is not
free?
held. No. You,
Okay, we got there.
you kind of maybe if you were like completely surprised, then that might be more of a problem. But for now,
Okay.
your arm is free. You can move it.
Okay, that's all I wanted to ask.
And I guess you have like at least one of your spears like on your side when you're walking. Maybe the other one that's on your back is technically held by the thing that's wrapped around your waist.
Yeah, if I get disarmed, I'm fucked. But I guess for now, I'm probably good.
And Kitty goes first, and Osma goes at the same time. And the large, weird-looking
Everyone
creature
goes
in
at
front
A.
of Reuven goes at the same time as well. And
Kitty's
will
disengaging to not get uppies and will run back.
bring its fist slinging in your face, which does nothing. And then with its beak, tries to pierce your skin. You notice, Reuven. Your stone skin is gone.
Okay.
So let's turn you around so you're looking in the right direction. Osma, what's your thing?
I throw a lightning bolt from my wand, like this.
Okay. The creatures are attached to your party members and are like really close. The chance of
What do you mean? What do you mean
hitting-
attached?
They have a root coming out of them that is wrapped around your party members. They are
I don't know.
touching.
I'm not trying to hit the roots. I'm just trying to hit the bulk of their body.
No, as I say, they are like really close. They're standing next to your party members and are literally physically attached to them.
Like, are they like hugging them, like completely?
From your
Like this?
line of view, the left arm is kind of, it is way longer than it's supposed to be, and it's kind of wrapped around them. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's longer than it's supposed to be, then that means the bulk of their body is still some distance away from.
I'm just saying, they are physically attached to them. Do with that
Well-
whatever you want to do with it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure that we're on the same page. If I have like a big thing like this, and then I have another big thing like this, they are physically attached to each other, but there's a lot of area here that's completely free. So that's what I'm trying to That's what I'm trying to ascertain.
They are
like,
really close and they are physically attached.
well, that you can say that for this situation, but I don't think this.
If there's like a 15 feet gap in between two things and they are maybe attached by something that is non-conductive, then your lightning bolt probably doesn't have a problem. Yeah. If two things are standing on a block of metal and they are standing 50 feet away from each other and are not even physically attached to each other, that still might be a problem. Like, it's hard to say.
Okay, but I'm trying to discern the furthest point of their body is how far away from the party members.
They are adjacent.
Yes, but
5
the
feet.
furthest point of their. Okay. 5 feet, that's good enough. Yeah. So I will shoot a lightning bolt trying to hit their backs.
Sure. Give me a lightning bolt. Are you using your wand or your spell? Wand.
One.
Dum-dum. Wand of lightning is here. Okay.
Matrix 1, 2.
Last street ones as twos. You both please throw me saving throws versus spell.
Ooh, it's a pass.
Should be a pass. Let's check. Ooh, 11 minus 2 is what? A 9?
Yeah.
I rolled a 9.
Yeah, I need a 7.
Alright, you both take 12 points of damage.
Oh, that's not the right number.
And Ruven, it's your turn. You have just been
I was-
electrocuted by something.
I was activating a magic item. Question 1: does taking damage break activating a magic item?
What magic item?
My ring of spell storing.
No, I don't see a reason why it would.
Okay.
Unless it gets smacked out of your hand.
Okay.
At the same time as you, the creature that is attached to Oliver goes as well. And will, with its hand, like smack you in the face twice.
No.
For a 15. Okay. Alright. Full armor does things. Oh, wait, no. Haha! It smacks you twice in the face. You still have stone skin, which you do no
correct.
longer have.
Alrighty, you know what? Stone Skin was well worth it.
Well, worth it. Ruven, what are you doing?
Second question: if I'm casting Lance of Disruption. My question is, can I take a step like this? First, if I'm activating magic item, can I take a step? And 2, does this wine thing in this situation disturb me from taking a step?
Oh, it very much does stop you from taking a step unless you want to break free from it.
But usually I would be able to, just
Yeah.
for future reference. Okay. Reuven just places his, I guess, right hand on this thing's chest that's hugging him and pushes it closer and casts Lance of Disruption from just here.
Alright, I have to look up Lines of Disruption, good one. Is there a saving throw? Da-dum-dum.
Saving throw is a spell for half damage.
Yeah, and it's 5d4
Okay.
plus 2 points per level.
Can you give me 5d4?
Okay.
44? 5d4.
5 d4s plus 0. 13 plus
13
some
plus
some sort of damage in the ring.
Is there any reason why it would not die here? No. The creature gets blasted and has a hole burnt into its chest. As the cow-looking creature next to Oliver brings his 2 hoofs around and badonks you with not good enough things to hit you. And also I need to do this as well. And it is Oliver's turn.
I will stab the thing holding me. Probably taking some penalties for being held.
Yeah, like -4 or something. Would be realistic
There,
here.
so 22.
Yeah, easy hit. Easy hit.
Alright. For 15 on the one being holding me.
It
So I think
dies.
the green one, yeah.
It also has a hole in its chest as you pierce it.
Wow. Nice stab through its chest, pull it out, and the vines still are the vines around me still holding me, or is it kind of like are they loosening?
They release. They're still wrapped around you, but they're probably going to drop within the next 15 seconds to the ground.
Okay.
They're still interrupting you, but you're free to move
got you.
if you wish to.
No, I was just gonna wondered if it was gonna mess with my second attack.
You get your second attack at the end of the round. Nothing. Is that Ruven? You don't have anything, Oliver.
All right, I will turn. Oh, if I can face this other one, if I can do it appropriately, correctly, and then I will still with the penalties. 29
29, easiest hit of your life.
for 18 damage on this
For
big
18
owl thing.
damage. Poof. Also pierced through the chest, and it drops to the ground.
Okay. Reuven, I think Reuven who's spot. I think top's gone for right now.
Let's take a quick break,
Yeah.
go pee, and do things like this. Brip.
BRB?
BRB. Yo, I'm back. Hello. New policy when we're out here, we don't talk to anything unless they talk to us first. Don't even attempt to.
Just because the first thing we run into tries to murder you doesn't mean everything wants to.
That is true. We've met exactly, what, 3 things out here that don't want to kill us? The sand giants, the wood giants, storm giants, and the dragon. I guess it's 4 things. The one dragon.
I have a great track record with giants, so maybe don't attack
Yes.
giants on site.
Yes, if they're 20 feet tall, we don't attack them, but otherwise we attack them.
Or if they
I
just
guess I
9
can
feet
do.
tall. Don't know.
That too, yeah, don't attack them. Yeah.
But when
If
they're
they don't
like
have the,
15 feet, no.
It's an iffy one. We've only had like one bad run in with giants that one time out, like in the hills that one time. Aside from that, all the giants have been pretty chill. Strangely enough.
Well, happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I was just saying, I think we have a new policy, which is pretty much if they're not like, if they don't try to talk with us, we should just fucking run or kill them immediately. I don't know. If they're not giant creatures, Ruben, we have like a bad track record with like everything out here.
True.
Also, if they don't speak Elven, because apparently everything that speaks Elven is pretty chill.
But as violates, like, this comes according with section 1 of your clause. It's talking to you.
True, yeah, you have to talk to us first, which is, that means
What if
they're
they
at least
talk
not
to
trying
you
kill-
in a language you don't understand?
You know what? That means they're probably gonna be pretty chill then, because they can talk to us still. They're trying to talk to us. It's more the intent that matters. Which I feel like, if they're trying to communicate with us and not murder us immediately like these things are, it's a pretty good sign. That they're not gonna murder us immediately, at least. Or you know what? At least if they're gonna murder us, it'll be a little bit. It'll be in the future at the very least.
After they manage to surround you, then they murder you.
Exactly. It's not a foolproof plan, but a foolproof thing. But you know what? It's got a. It looks like it'll cover most situations.
I have like this fortunate situation that my party at the moment is not murder hoboing all the way, but somehow they run into things that are trying to murder them. It's unfortunate.
Everything's trying to murder Hobo.
No good deed that goes unpunished. That's
True. Okay, it's gonna take 2 days for us to heal up the full. That's not too bad.
Just so bookkeeping is in order. Ring of Blinking is now my my other ring.
Is that a spell storing?
Yeah, beside the Ring of Spell Storing is no longer my main
Okay.
because I have one hand with just my Ring of Protection, and the other there's a Ring of Blinking and a Ring of Spell Storing, which I'm like can I actively switch between? And now, since I don't have an attacking spell on the Ring of Spell Storing anymore, like I switch
Okay.
to yeah. Alarm. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. I just thought it was my alarm for a second.
Well, as we're waiting for the wizard man, you have time to look at these creatures that are kind of still somewhat attached to you.
Yeah.
They look weird. They are vaguely humanoid shaped, but you can see like one of them, like the large one in front of Luvan that you blasted a hole into its chest, has like this birdish face with this beak that looks like really sharp, and also growing out of like random spots of its body like leaves. And you see that like the left arm that is tangled around you has like at the moment just like this large root. Unlike the other arm, which is normal looking, also even has a hand. Also, instead of hair, it has like this. Almost looks like a tree brain. Like instead of having like hair, it has like these barky things that are like look like a bunch of roots running over each other. It's very weird looking. The smaller one next to it also has like these different hands. Like one is an actual hand, and the other one is like this root wrapped around you. And now that it's lying dead on the ground, it becomes like really hard to see against the background because it kind of almost fades into the colors of the surrounding ground. And the other one, oh, sorry, I gave you a wrong description. The one that you see that on the it has like this one arm that is like this root, and the other arm only has like 3 fingers, and they kind of almost look like claws. And the third one, you know, looks like a cow. Has a cow face and has hoofs. It's just missing the udder.
Is it also like walking on 2 legs?
Yeah, it is still like shape-wise humanoid. It was walking on 2 legs. It was running at you on 2 legs. But it has like hoofs and like this very leathery skin.
Huh. This is a strange group of creatures. Reuven, I guess.
Very. Did you say that the big one had like a normal hand, and the small one of the green ones had a fucked up other hand, and then both of them's other hand was tree-like? Okay. Ruben's gonna take out his knife and kind of, I guess, go into the big one and like slightly cut into it. I think cut into the tree-like. Hello, Tough. Cut into the like tree-like hand. Essentially, it's not fully like anatomy based. That's not really his thing. But he's essentially trying to figure out if this was like a creature that was then infected by some sort of magic tree roots, something like that. So he wants to see if, yeah.
You cut into like the vine or the other hand, the normal hand.
I think we start with the vine hand, and maybe
Okay.
there's like a normal hand underneath it.
The vine kind of more like it's you cut into it, it starts leaking body fluids, which you would expect from a living thing. It's not quite blood. I mean, it must be blood in some. How does it work? Magic.
Yeah.
It's not sap. It's not blood, but it is. Not. Is it? Maybe it's sap blood. Who knows how that would work?
Okay, but there's like no. I'm certain there's no like hand underneath the root that's been like taken over.
No. It seems to be like one thing.
Ruben, that's the last idea I have is he'll like fully take each of these guys' like visage into his memory and try to concentrate to see if like their image gives him any new memories or like if he remembers anything from his time in the other world,
Yeah.
like looking like this.
It jumps to your mind. No.
Okay. Ruben turns to Odesu and says, "I've never seen anything like this before, ever."
Might only be around these parts then.
Mr. Wizard.
Yeah.
What's your best wizard skill?
I don't know. Cooking? It's -0, so it's my best roll. No, bookbinding.
Yeah. What would be like an appropriate research luck check?
Archaeology, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with archaeology. That's good enough.
Okay.
Then you want to roll like more than a 30. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Mr. Wizard, as you look over these weird creatures that lie there slain on the ground, you remember like reading in one of your books about something about like failed transmutations.
Something about what?
Failed transmutations, or like the dangers of failed polymorph experiments, something like this. Like you remember like reading something that supposedly there are these sometimes it is written in the history of the wizards that a particularly bad experiment might result in creatures that are disfigured in weird ways, but they still live, and they become a bit annoyed by anything else that lives. Kind of, since they have been experimented on and are now hideous things.
Damn! I share my knowledge with the party.
Oh, so these are like wizards' experiments gone wrong, pretty much.
Do I know how long they live after the experiment is done?
They are most of the time such broken things that they have a short period of life left.
That means there might be a wizard somewhere nearby experimenting. Is that what the thing on the map is? Because these don't last for long.
Ruben's face is slightly grave as he says, and it also means that these were humans or elves or
Or someone.
people.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what sort of wizard would be sitting out here after all these years. I don't know, like, uh, Usma, have you heard any wizards that live out in like these? Do wizards usually live out in these like weird remote places?
Well, there isn't much knowledge on any current living Grand Wizards. So, yeah.
And I'm confident, or I guess I can't be that confident because I don't know, but I'm pretty sure there would be no elf wizard that would do this or would want to live here. But
Not just to play devil's advocate, Ruben, but wouldn't an elf wizard who does experiments want to live out here since they couldn't live with their own people?
you see his face slightly sour as he reluctantly like nods.
Also, Ruven, what about a dark elf wizard?
Yeah. His nodding becomes more frequent as he says, "Yes, it's possibility."
I don't. Yes, I feel like if there was a grand human wizard, we would have at least known about it in the human lands at some point, and even if they're not there anymore, they would still be here. Or like I don't. I feel like it'd be known that they would have left at some point if there was a grand wizard that left and tried to make a base out here. If they're still alive, that is. Or well, I guess I should say not. Like those things that like those ones that like Nier and Valyrian and them hunt. Yeah, like the undead. I'm not sure. Are there any undead spellcasters? Is that a thing? Looking to do some more.
Mm, do I know? Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
I'd assume so.
Hmm.
I
You
mean,
should be
vampires
careful.
cast spells. At least
That
kind
is
of.
true. That is true. We should just be careful. I think if these things are either naturally occurring, which I don't know if that's the case. There's because this land is weird out here, or there's someone creating them out here.
Yep.
We should just be diligent. That's all. Be careful. But I think we should keep moving for the day. See if your eyes catch anything else, Ruben. And if we see any
Yeah,
more of these things,
hopefully.
I guess we should just avoid them.
He nods. Hopefully we can, since we he kind of like dusts off the lightning, the electricity parts of his clothes. We might need to take. It might be good to find a resting spot. We can rest for a couple of days. Then, if
Yeah,
we,
see if your eyes find
I'm
anything as
assuming-
well.
Yes, finding if there is some sort of magic, undead or elf. Either way, it's going to be big trouble. So we want to be fully prepared.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Let's get moving.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like follow the river, or do you go away from the river again?
With my ranger senses, can we be some ways off from the river but still be following the river?
Probably. You know, you are in a valley, or the river's probably running down the valley. So if you stay somewhat in the middle of the valley, you're probably staying close to the river.
We can be a bit away from the river if you want.
Okay. That sounds good, I think. I trust your senses, Ruben.
Okay. You headed back away from the river, like northwards from the river. And 15 minutes or so later, another eye returns. And the eye, as you like hunker down again and replay what the eye saw, the eye was flying through the forest, la 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 la, and then sees a stone statue of a human.
Do I see
Sorry,
what the
not of a
human's wearing?
human, of a humanoid.
Humanoid.
Unfortunately, that humanoid has the upper body is human, and the lower body is a scorpion.
Oh,
And then it flies
okay.
back through the forest to where you released it.
Yeah. Ruben's face contours to like a deep frown as he says, "Okay, two bad news. One, I found a stone statue, so basilisks or basilisk-like creatures. Second bad news: the stone statue was one of the was a human scorpion.
Before you
Like the
jump
what?
too deep into interpretation, the stone statue was more than life-sized. So either you saw like the scorpion men in real, you know how large they are. Either there's giant scorpion man creatures, or at least like 50% taller scorpion man creatures, or it is literally just a statue.
Okay. So the Ruben says that, but okay, but it was also not weird. It was also quite a bit bigger than usual scorpion men we saw in city.
You know,
So it might have also been just a regular statue, which means there wouldn't have been basilisks, but that it still means there would be scorpion men around.
the old map that we have that is that tells us the point the dragon points on the map does have like scorpion men in like the desert area, like scorpions in the desert area. So maybe they came from the desert area at one point. They would lived here originally.
Hmm. Very possible.
Maybe this is just a remnant of when they used to live here. Now they live in Holgathar.
Do we want to try to go to where the statue was? Or we just continue on? I didn't see any cave or anything in my eye, so.
It was just a statue. I don't think it's. I think it's just that I don't think we'll get too much more information from investigating it. But if you want to, we can. If it's not too far out of the way.
He shrugs.
If it's not a. It's just a statue. I don't think it's too interesting. But if there's nothing else around it, really.
I didn't see anything, right, DM? Or difficult to tell?
I considered the statue to be something out of the
Yeah.
ordinary and returned to you.
I guess there could be some other civilization remnants around there if it's a statue. It could get hard to investigate it.
How far do I estimate the trip to there would be?
At most 30 minutes.
Tell this to the party.
I think it's fine then. Are you okay with it, Usmar?
Sure.
Alright, let's go then.
Alrighty.
Lead us the way, Ruben.
You head deeper into the forest. There is a life around, there's like small things that shuffle away into the underbrush and things like this. Clearly there is living creatures here. At some point, like you hear a bit of a rumbling in the distance, which kind of reminds you of the time before you were at the edge of the world. There is most likely elemental things going on here, so maybe there's like a random stone elemental crawling around somewhere. But you don't see anything, and as you continue deeper into the jungle area, you arrive at a kind of random looking place, and in this random looking place there is a statue.
Is
So
it
it's just like a
still? Is it still in the woods, or is it in a clearing?
It is kind of in the woods. Looking at the statue, it is parts of it are overgrown. It is mossy. It's clearly weathered. Must be old.
I'll try and like clear away where like some sort of like plaque might be. See if there's any like words written on the statue somewhere.
Yeah. You like now that you have time to look at the thing, it is clearly sitting on a socket, the right word, on a slab of stone, and you like scratch away at a slab of stone to see if there's something written. Probably the direction the statue is facing, and yeah, there might be something written here. If there is something written there, you can't read it, or maybe it's not anything written.
Uswar, is this the language that you can maybe read? I'm not sure there's a language at all, right? But I see something carved into the stone here.
I'll cast comprehend languages on a rock and try to read it.
Comprehend languages allow you to read things.
Yeah.
Sure.
Able to understand the spoken words of a creature or read an otherwise incomprehensible written message. In either case, the wizard must touch the creature or the writing.
Yeah. It is fragments. You know, it is so old and so weathered that you can't decipher it even with comprehend languages.
Okay.
Either way, it's interesting that there's like a statue here with writing on it. It's about the only thing that's interesting about it, though.
Reuven, can you give me a
Yeah.
direction sense?
Okay. That's. I'll roll a d20. Very bad. Won't even add things. Natural one.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Statue.
Maybe why this was is some point after this or in the middle of this, Ruben will tell them to stay put for a moment, and he'll like go into the woods slightly away from the statue, the elven inwards thing, and do like a circle around, trying to see any other just stony bits here, any building remnants of buildings.
You stealth away into the forest and kind of like 60 feet away or so, there's a second statue. Looks almost the same.
Interesting. I'll, before going back to the party, like to finish the circle and do a circle around this new one as well.
You see a bird.
Okay.
Other than this, nothing particularly interesting.
Was it the interesting bird?
It's a bird you have not seen before, yeah? It's a normal looking bird,
looks-
but unfamiliar.
Okay. I'll leave it alone for now. But no other statues in the
No.
same way the two were connected. Okay. And Reuven comes back to the party and lets them know about this other statue as well.
Why would they just build statues in a random spot? It must not
He's
be
here.
random.
Want me to show you?
Sure. Let's go and see it, I guess.
Yeah.
You think we'll go and follow Reuven's lead and get to the second statue?
Yeah, it's a second statue. Kind of looks like the first one.
Okay. Oliver's just like thinking to himself, like, why would they build statues in this spot? But it's like, and do your people build statues in like random spots sometimes? For like for random miscellaneous reason? It's not.
I don't. Well, do humans do, don't they? The humans
Well,
build statues all the time.
no. I meant in like a spot. I'm trying to think of like why would they build a statue in this spot? It has to be for some importance, right? They don't just build a statue for no reason.
Well, aren't these creatures originally human that were cursed or something?
I shrugs. I'm not entirely certain. I'm not sure if that was the truth or just the sand giant's fiction of it. Version of it. We got that information from the sand giants, correct? I don't know if we got it from anyone else. And this, I don't know. Either way, it seems to be the Scorpion Men built these Scorpion Men statues. I'm assuming. I just don't know for what reason.
Proven shrugs. I have no idea. He's
And you search
confusing
the
me.
area, right? So if there's nothing else
Yep.
there's nothing else nearby. We can't read the plaques on them. So, I'm stumped. I guess we just move on. Do you have anything? Do you have any ideas, Usmar?
I shrug my shoulders. Just
I
as
think we
off
just,
as you.
I think we just move on. Then I can't think of anything else to do with these.
DM, were they holding something or any weapons or anything like that?
No.
Okay. And were the stingers like pointed somewhere, or they were just?
Like kind of like a scorpion would point its stinger up and forward.
Okay.
So basically over the shoulders.
Ruin shrugs. I have no idea.
I guess we just move on then. If we have no ideas, no reason to sit around and ponder forever, waste our
Okay.
lives. Unless we can come with, maybe we'll find something else in the further the valley that'll elucidate what these statues mean or the meaning behind them. But for now, I guess we should leave.
Continue up the valley, I guess.
Yes.
You are now a undetermined amount of distance away from the river, unfortunately. And return to the river if you want to. But you're not close anymore.
I think we'll start to slightly veer back direction where I think the river is. It's not like a very important thing, but I think we want to try to remain in the center of the valley.
Right. See you. We're back a bit. Was Mario still flying?
No, I think I'm just walking with the boys.
Okay. Yeah. You had like somewhere back down like this slide. No, it was quite flat actually. You're heading like back slightly in the direction of the river. Hear a bit more rumbling in the distance. Maybe stone elemental still walking around. Other than this, nothing jumps at you. As I said before, random critters around. At some point your eyes return. Most of them, not all. At least you'd guess not all. Must have sent like probably like 16 or 18 eyes out, and apart from the two that I've already returned, 8 more return.
Okay, so like half of them returned, or a little less than half, or more than half.
Did they show anything interesting, or did they just come back because of time limit?
That is at a time limit. At
think
least
we-
as
yeah.
you play them back, you don't see anything interesting other than like jungle area things. A few of them flew over the river. The other side of the river looks kind of the same as this one. Give me an int check.
Okay. 28.
You at least subconsciously pay a bit attention to where the eyes flew to, and you realize that eyes that did return returned from like the semicircle from south east to northwest.
Okay, so like when they, so the ones that go in like closer to the mountain.
Just south east to northwest, and then the like remaining part that is like northeast over to northwest over to east, they are missing.
Okay, so the ones going like further in, like further ahead of us, like into the valley, into the valley. Oh no, northwest. You said. Oh, so you meant like closer to that side. I see. I mistook it. I had my cardinal directions mixed up.
I got confused. So, like this, they came
Consider
back.
consider like you're walking into the valley, and the eyes that flew from your direction, like front right, they returned. That all the eyes that flew behind you returned, and then front and left, the eyes that flew front left, they are missing.
Okay.
So the ones that went closer to like the jungly mountainside,
Yes.
that side of the valley. Okay, I'm following now. I
So
think there's.
the eyes that are basically deeper into the valley in front of you, the direction you're heading.
Reuven relays this probably a few minutes after he saw the last eye and is like thinking back in his head. Like after a few minutes of walking, he like stops the party and relays his understanding. And like just gestures in front of us and to the left. This is all dangerous, apparently, or at least dangerous enough that it would kill all of these eyes.
I think that we should just be careful. It seems we've traveled these lands a little bit. We know how dangerous they can be. It's not too much of a surprise that it's dangerous for the eyes. It seems that we're at a point right now where it's going to be more dangerous going forward.
I'll veer us more so to the river. Is okay?
The only thing that I'm wondering about is I feel we're going to have to go there eventually. Just that when do we want to go there? I think the icon is quite a bit deeper into the valley than where we are now.
At least, sadly, no eyes came back with any cave sightings, so
No.
we'll have to find some sort of good hiding resting spot. Or, well, guess we don't, but still.
How far into the day are we right now?
Like you started a bit late, then you had like experiments with Boule stomach acid. Now you're here, you ran into these creatures, you have, it's probably like late afternoon.
Okay, so we have like a little bit of like a day. We have a bit of a day left. Do we want to continue traveling forward deeper in, or do we want to find a spot to rest? A good spot to rest, or a decent spot, I guess, the best spot we can find. I'm fine with either option. It's just that I trust your opinion there, Ruben. And Usmar, whatever we want to do.
I'm not sure. I think just trying to rest somewhere close by is fine.
So from the options you have, you can either like rest next to the river, you can rest in a thick foresty area, or see if like if you head further north into the mountain, maybe there's something up there.
I think that's gonna be where elementals are. So Reuven suggests in the like middle of the forest. That's where he's most comfortable, but he knows that might not be the most comfortable for you two.
I'm fine with it. I think it's if you think it's comfortable for you, I think it should be fine enough for us. I don't think resting near the water is the best idea because there might be other creatures that just might wander by drinking from it, like more of those giant blue snake lizards or whatever. These things that are a lot things that need water are going to need to go to the river.
All right. I think we'll try to get into like not too close to the river, but also not too close to the like valley edge where the forest begins to.
So
Yeah,
forest area.
yeah, as thick of a forest area as you can, and spend the rest of the day just not moving too much, but just moving around looking for a good camping spot, the best one we can find.
Yeah. I mean, you have your secure shelter, so anything that is kind of hidden, like at least 2 directions from clear line of sight, is probably good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put us on the forest map. Obviously, the area we are in is more jungly than this, but I don't have a jungle map at the moment. Just using this one.
Alrighty, that works.
Let's quickly grab our hut. Oh, I'm not grabbing it. I have a hut token, that is like the one on the other map. But has a different name than I expected. Let's grab it and put it here. And give it a forest color. What? Move into your magical hut. It is nice. As you get into the hut, the temperature from the outside fades away a bit. It is, in comparison, fresh in here, so outside must be quite warm.
Dry out socks, get some
Yeah.
nice tea, clean ourselves up.
Getting ready for the dangerous journeys ahead.
You are still a bit sandy. Smelling like wet dogs. Maybe one more than the other. Yeah, adventurous life.
You grow numb. Your scent the cell grows numb to it after a while. I'm guessing. At least until you refresh it by going back to civilization.
Yeah. It gets dark. It is time to sleep. You all feel a bit tired. Osma doesn't because he was sleeping the whole night, but Reuven and Oliver, you feel a bit tired. You've been interrupted. Your sleep has been interrupted. And yeah. Do you still do like your normal watch cycle, or do you say, I don't care if you get eaten by a earth elemental, then so it shall be?
I think at this point, it's like more adrenaline is like it's more like probably like adrenaline for Oliver at least because it's like okay now we got to start paying attention to the map now since we're in the valley since the fucking blue dragon might come out. So it's more like the I'm not gonna be able to rest until we at least get back out into the desert, which is like more hospitable environment than this probably. At least safer environment.
Easier to see things sometimes.
That's true as well.
Less trees. Okay. Yeah, you are on watch. No, Reuven is on watch. This is correct.
Yes.
Yeah, Ruben's
Ooh,
first
before
watch.
we immediately head to sleep, Reuven lets know Usman know what two spells are missing from ring storage ring.
Which ones?
Prying Eyes, which I think is a 5th level, and Lance of Disruption, which is a 3rd level.
I have filled both of them.
Okay. Both are now filled.
Great.
Switch my
Do we want to do Ultra Vision for Oliver?
You can if you want. Up to you.
I think it's already charged already, right?
It is currently charged, yeah.
Yep.
Just
I think we should do that just when in the valley at least, just because rogue elementals and miscellaneous shit.
sure.
Okay, then I also recharge the ring before going to sleep.
Great.
I think Ultra Vision's already good, yeah. So I don't think you need to recharge Ultra Vision.
What?
Oh, we already had Ultra Vision charged.
Yeah, but after
Yeah,
cat.
but anyway,
Oh, after cat. I see what you mean. I got you now. I got you. All right. Then I think we go to sleep now.
Do you have Ultra Vision already? Sorry, I just had Ultra Vision and then I zoned out.
Yeah, we cast Ultra Vision before we all went to sleep, so it's gonna like.
Okay.
I think it lasts like a long time, so like it'll last by the time he wakes up. Yeah, 2 hours with 1 hour per level. Yeah. Okay, that should be long enough.
So, first watch, Reuven. Can you roll me a d20?
okay. 5.
And a perception check.
Natural 1, 12.
What is with your dice today? Your d20s.
Interesting.
He's rolled like a bunch of 1s and 20s today.
You know what, Reuven? You sitting there as you're wondering about what's going on, listening for maybe the sound of an earth elemental. As from the, through your peripheral vision outside of the hut, a giant mouse runs by.
He like freaks out and looks out, tries to look through the window again.
Yeah, there's no giant mouse.
Now he's paranoid that there's gonna be like an extra special fairy dragon here that's doing weird shit. So he's paranoid about a earth elemental wrecking our shit again. So he just has sword in hand, just ready.
Yeah, no mouse. Maybe
I think
maybe
he's just
there are
paranoid
giant
about
mice
that.
that live here. Who knows? That is a weird place, you know.
Maybe. Probably a fairy dragon though.
Probably.
Fuck
Yeah.
those guys.
Or maybe, you know, it's been a long night. Adrenaline, stone elementals, earth elementals in the distance. Maybe you're just imagining things. Maybe Kitty is trying to implant the thought of giant mice into your head. Also a possibility. You know, she can read minds. Maybe she can do the opposite as well.
Quite possible. Quite possible. It's just, yeah. In the center of the room, constantly switching his gaze from each of the windows, being very ineffectual in actually keeping watch. He's just muttering to himself, freaking fairy dragons and giant mice. Gah.
Time passes.
Yep.
And it's like must be shortly after midnight. Like it's getting close to the time where you want to wake up Oliver. And you hear echoing probably down from the mountainside. like a sound of stones falling.
Okay.
You know, probably the earth elementals.
Probably. Was it like a large explosion or like just rocks for like?
It was like the sound of like a large like clank, like the sound of like stone hitting stone, and then it's like clank, 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 like one stone kicking off a few more stones. Shortly afterwards, you hear a second loud clank with the same like. Then another one.
I think he's walking up to the window that's closest to that sector and is now just looking through that window.
You see trees, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Another
Yeah.
clank. Like one clank with the after effect, and then like a minute or 2 minutes of break. Then another one. Another 2 minutes break. Happens like 6, 7, 8 times. Then it stops. It's time to wake up your friend, probably. Unless you want to
Yeah.
let him sleep.
I think we already decided we're not going to sleep. It might give an extra, like, extra 15 to 30 minutes, just so you feel slightly better.
Okay.
So after that, he'll go to wake him up.
Yeah.
See
you
it.
wake him up.
Anything interesting happened, Ruben? I guess. Oh.
In the mountain range, there was sounds of rocks falling. A lot of them, like one every couple of minutes for like, I don't know, at least like 5 times, maybe 10 times. A lot.
Wait, can you point me in the direction? I'll take a look, see if I can see anything.
It brings you to the window.
You know, like peer out to see with ultravision I can see anymore. Anything just brought.
You
There's nothing.
also see trees. Give me a perception check.
Oh, that's plus 1 more on that. I put 12 on accent, so 24.
You look outside, you see trees, underbrush, and then standing like next to a tree, one hand on the tree, looking in your direction. A weird-looking humanoid.
Moving, I think there's. Is it like the same weird looking one that we saw before, or is it
No.
a different one?
It's different.
Okay.
And the one you see is rather small, sticking out even over this distance are like these thick whiskers it has. Surprisingly, paired with the thick whiskers as you look at it, is like this leathery lizard skin.
Huh.
And probably the reason why you noticed it as fast is that it's like twitching back and forth. It's like constantly moving, very almost erratically.
How close is it? Like roughly? Is it like far out or?
6 trees away.
Ooh, I was wondering, is it in a, I guess I'll ask a better question. Is it within a detect evil intent range? 60 feet? I guess I can just do it and try it. I'll just do it and see if it's in range or not. Yeah, he'll try it. He'll try it.
Yeah. Must be within 60 feet of range. Because as you like focus on it, you're like in the back of your head, like there's like this not pain, but it's like this feeling of pressure, which, you know, that's kind of like the same feeling you get when you're looking at orcs, like, right? That's comparable to them.
I see. I'll look back at Reuven and be like, there's something out there. It's I don't know exactly what it is. I don't think it's the same thing we fought before, but they're as evil as orcs are. Or similar to orcs.
So, how does it look?
I'll describe how it looks with like these like leathery lizardy skin with these like thick whiskers, and it looks rather small. It's
I, if I had to guess, that probably is a similar creature as to what we fought before. Just
probably is the it doesn't seem to be attacking us immediately, but it seems to just be scouting us out. But I guess that's what I guess that might be what you heard. But I'll keep an eye on it, Ruben. I think you can head off the bed for now. It doesn't seem to be immediately attacking us, but I'll wake you up if I see anything else.
okay.
Okay.
Ruben easily goes to bed.
Reuven goes to bed. Give me a second perception check, just for fun.
Ooh, 21. He's barely passed.
Are you focusing on this one creature that you have spotted?
I think because Reuven said that there's like a bunch, you hear like a bunch of them. He's gonna be like, he'll look at it for like a little bit, like look at it for like a couple minutes, and then maybe like go around to the other windows and see if he sees any other ones out there. And see if like we're still right. Because they came in like there's like 3 of them last time, so there might be like more this time as well.
Yeah. Yeah. You walk around, you peer out the other windows. You actually spot like on the other side of the hut, also like a few trees away, another creature.
Also like weirdly humanoid, but with like animal parts like stitched
Yeah,
onto it. Or
this
whatever.
one has like a prominently featured like mousy face. It's even smaller than the other one you saw. And it's also kind of a bit twitchy, but not way not as much as the other one.
Okay.
It's more like it's looking around a bit, like slightly paranoid. And then it's like jumping from tree to tree. Not jumping, but like moving very quickly from tree to tree. And as you like watch that one, also you hear echoing down, probably from the mountains somewhere, the sound of stone banging against stone, followed by like this sound of stone rubble. Happens like a few times. Stops.
He'll just I think he'll just assume it's an earth elemental or something, or like a stone elemental or something like that. But like he'll peer in that direction, I guess, but he probably can't really see because the trees do that.
That's trees all the way.
Yeah, so he'll just keep an eye on trying to look for more of these weird things, humanoid creatures. See how many of them there are.
These are the only 2 you spot, and as it comes like the time where you think it's time to wake up Usma, they disappear.
Okay. Then I'll go and wake up Usmar, shake him awake a little bit when it's time. Be like, Usmar.
What's up?
There's I think I found 2 more of those weird humanoid creatures were scouting us out in the night, I think, so there must be more of them. Just, beware when we're traveling and when you're memorizing your spells.
Okay.
They didn't attack us or anything, but they might come back soon, and I'm not sure. So memorize your most important ones first, I guess is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll go back and we'll look out for this. Either they're going to be like fucking raiding party or something.
Yeah. Nothing happens over the next 2 hours, 3 hours. How much time do you need, Usma?
190 minutes, like 3 hours.
90 minutes. Yeah, nothing happens. Memorize your spells.
Uh, I'll wake up Ruben when it's the time to be, and I'll be like, so Ruben, you need, how much healing do you need? You look at that pretty hard.
Um, a bit. It scratched me. But nothing on any vitals, but a bit of my skin, quite a bit of my skin, was burnt.
I can only heal. I can only heal one of us today, so I think I'll heal you, Ruben, first.
Okay,
I'll heal you for 18.
that fills me up to max, but it's only 18. 6 of those was too much, so over half of the magic power worked.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Ready? Ruven, you are healed back to full. Osmar has studies, has spells. Ultravision is still going. It is. Where from here? You've been stalked in the night. There's been weird sounds going on. Maybe Scorpion Man as well. Who knows?
I think we just have to keep moving. I mean, I guess we can talk about this, but I think we should just keep moving deeper in the valley. We know it's gonna be dangerous, but if we want to find that icon, that's the only way to go, right? Or do we want to go further up the northern mountain, closer to maybe where those weird creatures are coming from?
I think former, probably.
Okay, so deeper in the valley first.
Or
Oh
I
no,
don't know.
yeah. So our goal is to find this icon, and it seems like I think that this icon is probably going to be. I think we should at least maybe move further northern into the mountains, like up in the mountains a little bit, to see if we can find anything up there. Because it seems, at least on the map, it seems to be on the northern mountain.
Yeah.
That could just be my mistake. So I don't know if we want to start searching that area first. Now
So
since
you
we're in the
wanna-
valley a little bit.
So I think we've gone deep enough, and now we should go north to the.
Well,
Like
yeah,
we're
pretty
into
much.
the valley enough, and now we want to go into the up to the mountain itself. Because I
Pretty
agree
much,
with
yeah.
what you think it is.
Yeah, I think so. I think if we're, can we actually move back to the other map? Just I'm not sure how deep the valley. I guess how many? We've been like half a day to the valley, pretty much. So that should be like 10 miles or so. I guess we did scout around quite a bit. So, I guess no, we probably need to go a bit more deeper in first. Because I think it's around like here-ish. We need to be like probably another like half a day walking into the valley and then start moving north into the mountain.
I agree
Maybe
with that.
I think that'll work. Like 5-6 miles in the
I
valley.
did not move you at all on this map. You are still on the
Oh.
same spot where you started yesterday.
Okay. So I think that we should actually start moving out a bit more northern into the mountains then.
Yeah, I think we should be around in this somewhere around here, probably. So going, yeah.
Looking up into the sky, you notice that the clouds are like really, really low today.
Okay. Like, would we cross them if we climbed up the mountain?
You don't know. You have no idea how mountains work. You know.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Maybe that's good for us if there's anything bad looking up, down at us.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, if a dragon is sitting on top of the mountain and looking down, it's probably not seeing anything today, unless they have magical cloud vision.
Well,
Which we hope
Oh.
they don't.
yes, let's hope they don't. But I think we should start moving northern into the mountains and just look out for these weird humanoids and just be wary. But I think it's where we need to go. Since I think it's where our goal is. Our goal lies.
Okay. You head north, straight towards the mountainside, walking through the forest. And after like an hour or so, the forest starts to thin. It has become warmer.
Oh wait, before we get too much further, do you want to redo? Did you just remember stone skins and stuff? I don't know if you wanted to cast them before we started doing the day. That's him though.
Up to Usma. When If you want to hold them out a little bit, that's fine too.
Wait, what?
Hold on to do you want to hold on to stun skins or cast them? Immediately.
I can cast them if you guys want.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask before you got into combat or something like that, in case it mattered.
Sure.
You recast both on them.
Sure.
Okay. As I said, you had towards the mountainside. It's getting a bit warmer, despite you heading up the mountain. Not that any of you would feel that is too weird, because none of you understands how mountains work, but and the vegetation starts to get less and less, and at some point you have kind of left the tree ceiling behind you, and you can see mostly into the mountain side. The clouds are still above you. How much above you? It's hard to tell. It's clouds, you know. How do they work? And you can look around if you want to, or you can continue heading up the mountain.
Could we find like near us like a good outcropping of rock, like a large bit that we could like get a large good view out into the mountainside? Is there anything like that? If there's not, we can just look here as well. I guess any places.
Nah, you're still too low for like outcroppings. You can see if you head like up the mountain by some distance. How far? Hard to say. You think it's pretty close, but you know it's a mountain. There's one.
I think we can head towards the outcropping then. Try to get like if everyone's cool with that, we can try to get some good vision, or just like scouting for stuff.
You continue walking. It becomes steeper and steeper. It is also almost uncomfortably warm. You're getting closer to the clouds. At this, like you're getting up to a territory of mountainside where it just becomes hard to continue walking. You have to look for like natural paths that you can follow. You had to turn around once already, because you kind of ended up in a position where there's nowhere to go. It is a mountainside. You are not mountain goats.
Unfortunately.
As you turn
But it seems
around,
like-
you notice you have like cleared the forest by at least like 600 feet in altitude, and you can look over the valley. And I would like all of you to give me a perception check.
Can we also use our spyglass on one of us?
If you want to.
I'm too busy looking to the sky for like dragons or something.
You are busy looking at the map.
Oh, that's probably what I'm doing. Yeah, map makes way more sense. Yeah, look at the map. Like,
Yeah,
analyze
Osmo
it,
is
like,
busy looking for air elementals that are not to be seen at the moment.
Reuven will take the spyglass. I'll roll perception. Even worse. The spyglass is
one.
foggy.
Give me another one. You have a spyglass.
Okay.
You
29.
you turn around and you look up the mountain. You're still looking for this annoying earth elemental that was keeping you awake in the night. You don't see it. Then you turn around and scan over the valley and see kind of east of you, down the mountain, something that seems to be a wall, and behind that wall a field. And on the field, there's two figures, kind of clawing in the ground. They're not using tools, but they're kind of digging in the ground.
I'm assuming the distance is large enough where it's difficult to make out the approximate size of these creatures.
Human-sized. It's your best guess.
Interesting.
They're clearly not giants.
Clearly not giant. Okay. Is the wall human-sized? Or is the wall
It's,
weirdly
you know, the
big?
wall is like hard to discern because it's like bordering at the forest and also like bordering like parts of the mountain. So there is a wall. There's clearly some sort of a structure built there, but it's hard to say exactly what it is or what the purpose is. Maybe it has no purpose, you know.
Okay. Reuven, like Jimmy's both of you in your reverie, out like puts it like kind of punches you on the shoulders and is like, look at this.
Mm.
It gives you the spyglass. I guess Oliver first.
Yeah, like
Look
take
there.
a look through. Get the same information. Like what the is the then I'll hand it over to Usmar. Let Usmar like look through it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's working on a field.
Should we? I did not expect that. I'm going to be honest, Ruben.
Neither did I.
Should we go say hello if they're civilized folk? I don't. I don't know entirely. I'm not entirely sure what to do. I don't think scouting them out is a good idea. If they see us, it'll be very rude. But if they're evil, then that's what we should do. But if they're good, then I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll just like going through all these like thoughts, and then you can talk over if you want to.
Honestly, I don't think that would be where the token on the map shows, as it's close to forest line. I believe the token seems to be more out of the forest line. Hopefully,
It
maybe.
does seem to be quite a bit in the mountains, so like halfway up the mountains or so. But
How far away are we still from that outcropping we saw in the beginning, DM?
You know, kind of feels like you're the same distance away from it than when you started.
Frustrating mountains.
how far away is this like farm thing, that field that they're working? Is it like
Mile
a
and a half,
mile?
2 miles.
Okay. And is it it's further down. It's like so we were basically like we're just guessing. We're like right here, and it's like down the valley like this near the forest, right? Near like the forest. So you said like 600 feet up from the forest. So and it's like the wall meets the mountain, and then behind the mountain, it's like there's like the forest, the mountain. There's like the forest coming from like this direction, the mountain coming from this direction, and there's the wall that sort of meets the forest and the mountain, right?
It is like in this mountainous forest region. Although as you look up the valley, it becomes more mountainy as you head up the valley, as the valley keeps elevating as well.
So can we see like behind the valley? So like this little like wall thing. Is it like a square wall, or do you see like the front of the wall?
The reason why it sticks out is because there's like this natural looking scenery. There's trees, there's mountains, and then all of a sudden there's a straight line. Straight lines are really weird in nature, you know.
Yeah.
Which
so we only see like
makes it stick out as a wall of some sort.
Okay, so we only see like the front of it right now, or whatever. It's like a bit of it.
And mostly like see like the top of the wall.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, okay. I think that if we want to look at it, we should maybe try to go like around, like go like further up the mountain a little bit to see if we get like a higher elevation to look down on it. Maybe.
I think the currently problem is we went as far as we can
Oh
without
yeah.
putting real effort into getting up the mountain.
Yeah,
If
we have to
want
cast fly probably afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. Yeah, my bad.
No. My other thought was if we can go look at that thing, But do we before that? We still have the option of using the prying eyes today, right now,
Or we could use clairvoyance too.
or clairvoyance.
The only issue is that the only issue with the clairvoyance is that if they're, I don't really know, but some creatures seem to be able to see it. When I scryed on that dragon the one time, it seemed to see me. The white dragon seemed to see me. I don't know if that, I don't know what the qualifications are to be able to see a clairvoyance spell. I don't want them to think that we're scrying, that we're. I guess we are going to be scrying on them, but I don't want them to know that we're scrying on them. If that makes sense.
Usman, what do you think?
I don't know. I think if you scry from far enough away, then it should be fine. So the sensor isn't super close to them.
Okay.
So
Maybe we can do.
yeah,
Maybe do like a couple 100, 200 feet up or so, and like look down on the little field or whatever, see what's going on.
all right. I guess Ruben will attempt to do so take the spyglass again, get some better imagination, better understanding of where he roughly needs to place it, and then wishes to cast clairvoyance with the ring a bit up, like 100, 150 feet up from these people past the wall.
Yeah. Great. And
Yeah, cast it.
check. That's what you cast. You see
what?
like the top-down view of this here thing. For explanation, that up here is the field. I know it's not a field on the map.
Which part?
This up here.
Aha. Okay, see it.
And that is the wall. Did you see?
Can you ping that again? It's a very big map. So yeah, okay, saw that. Oh, so
Also,
a large
on the wall there's another of these stone statues that you can make out from the clairvoyance here.
Gotcha.
It is a
and on this
normal
side.
humanoid statue on the map, but it has a scorpion butt on there as you look at it.
Gotcha. This one as well here.
All stone
tell.
statues have scorpion
Yeah.
butts or
Yeah.
are destroyed.
And it's a large stone, seemingly. Ooh, okay. I think maybe this is a good place to. It is getting quite late with our new time schedule. Because this is like a good soft spot for me to end as well from now on. So
Yep. Which is, you have the chance to map now.
yeah. So I essentially just count what I see, how many people I see as I'm saying this. I out loud fully describe the best I can see, and all these creatures are like weird.
Oh yeah.
This one has like 2 heads.
No. The group here that you're pointing at, they look. One of them looks like familiar to one of the ones you fought yesterday. The other one as well. The third one is very strange. It has like a hoof on one arm, and then also like a beak, and it also has like hoofs as feet. It has like this thick, leathery skin. It's really big. This one is like 12 feet tall or something, and really like chunky.
Okay.
And
So, like,
considering
troll
like
size.
the at least travel size. Considering like the posture of the two that are next to it, they are afraid.
Gotcha. Okay. Do they seem to be like? Are their body movements animated? Do they seem to be talking to each other?
They are like interacting for a while and then they start moving again. But like the short period of interaction you see, there's a clear hierarchy here.
And these two are the two like.
This one up here, seems like one of these cow creatures, and this one up here is seems similar to one of the ones you fought yesterday as well, like the larger one with the vine hand.
And both of those are like digging the ground.
One is like digging in the ground or like stomping in the ground. It's like hard to say what exactly it's doing. It seems a bit futile. And the other one is like kind of hugging a tree.
Just hugging a tree. Interesting.
That doesn't make sense to you what that thing is doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So looking at this from this better viewpoint, this is clearly not like a well-maintained human-like farm.
No.
This is just like a. Okay.
Maybe this
And
is
it's
like
just
the
kind of-
cow creature's trampling pit. Could also be.
Gotcha.
But then, like
Last
before,
creature
you
I
saw
see
one
is the-
other creature with like claw hands digging in the ground as well.
But okay. But I don't see a claw one right now. And the last one I see is this one, I guess. Does this one look like a god?
No. That one has claw hands. And a beak. And it's like being at the mountain, but it's turning around, walking somewhere else. Like,
Okay, so
they're
it's
all
busy
just walking
walking.
around. It's like spending its time, it seems.
Gotcha. And this all here is grass? Right? Yeah, okay.
But
So,
then again,
Making sure.
it is grass.
Interesting. Okay. And none of these seem to be like functional buildings anymore, right? That none of them have roofs.
This one
Okay.
here, you can like see walls, and you see maybe this was like a building at some point, but there's no roof here. The wall is still intact, but also like cracking. The other thing here is filled with dirt. You see around it also like walls, so who knows if that makes any sense. What's going on here?
Okay. I think this is good enough for Reuven. As he, at as good of a detail, tries to describe what he's seeing to his party members. All of the different not animals, but experiment people, the big wall, and some ruined foundations of buildings, and lots of those scorpion men statues. And I think that's everything I can see.
Probably.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And Reuben comes out of his meditations of casting spells.
Perfect. Since wizard friend had to leave because bad I guess that's the point to stop here.
Mhm.
And you can think about what you want to do.
There is definitely a lot of thinking.
Indeed.
All right.
Thank you,
I
Ian.
wish you all a nice week. Stay alive.
Yeah, thank you so
Don't
much.
get sick. And see you next week. 1
I
hour
see ya.
earlier.
Thank you again. Through 1
Yeah,
hour earlier.
an hour earlier.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much. Bye bye.
Good night, you two. Bye
Yeah,
bye.
good night. Bye bye.